Hello and welcome to Tenno Clock.
Microphone.
What about it?
Like 3 foot away from you.
Well, that'd be useless, wouldn't it? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tenno Clock. This is episode 3, 2, 1 of Tenno Clock. We'll never be able to do that ever again. So we get to 4,321. Do look forward to that episode. Right, I am MDRLOz. We also have Xeno Galleon, and for a special guest, I do believe it's a Patreon guest this week, we have an old friend, Cool3303.
Hello.
Hello. Right, so we must begin, as we do every week, every week, with our emblems. So, Mr. Cool3303, you have your 2 emblems in front of you, which are on the same that are shown to all the lovely people watching this right now.
Not the ones they're currently seeing.
No, they can see them though.
Yeah,
they can
but
see them.
Not the right ones.
I know. We get to that. They can see them. See the ones he's choosing.
No, they can't see the ones he's choosing.
Why not?
Because I put the wrong ones on.
So the episode has the wrong.
Now they can see it.
Now, everyone at home can see the emblems that you are seeing. Please use whatever criteria you wish to determine which is the winning emblem of the week. I haven't checked Xeno's yet. Let's go see what it looks like.
I prefer the purple playing card. I think it's nice. It got that corpus aesthetic. The other one is, I mean, it's fine too, but I don't like the fantasy look, and I don't know what that is. Is it supposed to be a tower or a sword or?
I think that's a Galatian Prime, isn't it? That's a tree. It's got tree roots.
It's a tree sword.
It looks like a sentient tree, and the sentient are our enemies. So I'm gonna refuse that one. No.
Also, the card
No
has
fraternizing.
Grenier numbers on it too.
Oh wait, oh yeah, the one on the bottom right.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I raided. I almost forgot how those looked like.
Raided? Yeah. What is that?
It's that they actually came up in the dev stream today.
Ah, well, we're going to get to dev stream stuff later. I missed the dev stream completely, so it'd be really interesting to get the feedback on that. But that fine. The card wins, despite having an incomplete random aesthetic of not making sense.
Oh, come on.
It's a playing card. It's got a corpus number and a Grenier number.
Actually, it's not a playing card.
Yeah, it is. It's good enough.
No, because it has parts outside of the playing card shape.
What? Do they have to be 3D in existence? Can't they just be holographic in nature?
Then it isn't a playing card.
Are you trying to tell me I can't play with digital cards?
No, you can play a digital game where you're playing with digital objects, but they're not really cards, are they?
Tell that to Hearthstone.
They don't have cards at all.
But it's called it's a collectible card game.
Yeah.
What is the definition of a card?
Well,
it's very 1900s of me. Anyway, moving on.
1900s? Oh, I was going to go more than that. I was going to go, what is the form?
Oh my god, moving on.
Card.
Moving on.
What things do cards share?
Move on.
Is everything a card?
Still trying to move on.
However, if you at home would like to prove Xeno wrong and decide what is the superior emblem based not on its card-based attributes,
aesthetic,
you can go into the description of this video below and you will find a link to a Google page. On that page, there will be 2 emblems
Should be last week's
emblems. Please vote on whichever one you think is best and enter your in-game details for Warframe. That is the platform you wish to be in on the chance to win some platinum. And you will have a chance to win 150 platinum for that platform. Make sure you get the name correct. The in-game name, this is not whatever you use for YouTube or Twitch or whatever. We need your in-game Warframe alias and the platform of your choice. Please get those right. And the reason I'm only reiterating that point is, sadly, every time we do this, occasionally we will get it wrong and then they lose out. So we don't want you to lose out if you win. And as always, just to point out, if you're on Switch, you're in a good chance to win.
You really, really are.
Yep. So find that link in the description below and fill in that form. Right, so let us move on to this week with Dojo Das Ting Xeno.
Right, so first things first, as always, we're going to go to TennoCon 2020.
Yeah, good.
Next If you are of a loving sort and enjoy the content that I make on the main channel with arbiters and the framecast highlights and stuff like that, and you're willing to part with a few dollars a month, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Every little helps in making the content that you enjoy. It all the money that goes to it goes into content creation by hiring lovely editors to do so. Right? That is a shameless plug to Patreon, but I need to do it, so doing it. Right. The next thing is I'm going to start looking to get guests on again, like we did at the beginning of last year, and we successfully did it till I had to move. We're going to look to do that again. Requires a lot of collaboration between myself and Loz to make sure that there's no scheduling conflicts, but, you know, I'll be looking to do that again in the new year. I think that's it for Dojo Dusting.
Cool.
Moving on to the cards.
Yay!
Right, so the first card of last week is, right, is your dojo functional or fashionable? Right? 55 people responded, 18% said fashionable, and 81% said functional. Cool3303, good sir. Is your dojo fashionable or functional?
We have 16 different gold statues, so you know why I'm staying with my clan, right? And you know the old event ones for which you only could get one.
Wow.
And yeah, we have decorations all over, but now that you can warp to every location, it's hardly possible to make a non-functional one, I find. Like, all right, I haven't done the parkour thing. I would have no clue where to go.
Well,
Probably get lost.
When we proposed the question, it was more about the fact that in order to add additional stuff to your dojo, you would have to deconstruct it to rebuild it and things because it needed to fit the correct layout and aesthetic and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Especially that big dry dock.
You know, so building around the dry dock. You get the idea.
Yeah, but I think like my clan has so many resources and so many rooms that we don't have issues with that. We have dozens of junctions everywhere, so and new construction areas. Yeah. So at some point, you just have so much shit to throw at it. Like if you're planning to, if you want to plan out the perfect first couple rooms, yeah, I get it. That's hard, but
yeah,
that's how it is.
And obviously, Loz, ours is just purely function. Yeah, purely.
There were people in the comments though. Mm-hmm. Zrugal and Anarchy Gaming suggested they were very sad there wasn't a 50-50 option.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that because I felt too many people would just go, oh, I'm just going to go 50-50 because I like its aesthetic, and you know, it's the whole point was, why are you building it? You know, are you building it for the function or are you building it for the fashion? So I didn't want to.
You wanted to make people commit to which was the most important for them.
Yep. Right. Next card. Would you rather have Lich Bait or Lich Stronghold? Oh man, I remember this now. 51 people responded. 31% said Bait. 68% said Lich Stronghold.
Right, so for Cool3303, who wasn't here last week, would you like to describe both examples, or are you listening in?
Yeah, I listened to the
episode. Because basically I've forgotten them, and I'm trying to do a nice way of like getting him to remind me. Or maybe you could remind me what they were, because I can't remember.
Well, the idea was you know all three, but you need to spawn him. Mm-hmm. And the idea was to either have Bait to instantly spawn him, or to go into stronghold missions where all 4 leashes spawn. Or leashes of 4 different players.
Yeah, that was the original post.
Yeah. My suggestion, I'm not sure how I would feel about Bait, like constructing that, getting that. I don't play leashes because I find it's too annoying. It's just playing 50 normal missions, and if you already also have to grind for Bait, I'm not sure how that works out. Stronghold sounds better to me, and I know you were very upset about that loss. So my proposal for Grace would be maybe it spawns multiple, but only the host gets this. So you can ask clanmates to help out. So that would be like 4 Licht spawning, but you only get 1.
Yeah.
Or you have to do it solo, and he gets a high level boost.
That'd be a challenge. I do like the concept of a challenge. Maybe.
Yeah, the level 100 ones are already pretty tough, and solo can be spicy.
Just don't take a mag one.
I mean, I prefer the bait option, but it's interesting to see Stronghold win because I guess that is a addition to the game in content rather than bait, which is basically what we have as a crutch for spawning in the other mini boss-esque mobs as it is. And it's like it kind of is a bit reduces the specialness of the Kuvaliches to that by just giving them a bacon to just spawn them in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously people are just fed up of finding them. So, like, okay, you could have an improved chance to find them, or you could just find them. Obviously people just don't want to have to deal with it anymore. Maybe. Oh, I'm just trying to think. Maybe if you get it wrong, then the stronghold goes away for a while. Or it gets so much harder to actually do. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. The third and final card. What do you think of Railjack now that it's released? I had to remember what the acronym... Sorry, I had to remember what it meant.
I feel it's really noticeable that it's like a minimum viable product. So it's pretty bare bones. I don't like the repair delaying thing. I think they should have balanced it entirely differently. And they put a hard fix. Yeah, repair delaying. You get it broken because you can't keep it alive. It's like impossible. And you just wait till you have 20 seconds left on the invulnerability timer. So you get 40 seconds of invulnerability and no downsides.
Right. Oh, so you mean you basically keep the ship in a perpetually near destroyed state and just repair the...
And I just hate that. I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That'd be bad. Right.
Yeah, no.
So 49 people responded. 6% said it's bad. 34% said it's too soon to tell. And 59% said it's good.
Huh.
I think...
I would go it's good, but I think Cool3303 made some brilliant points there about that. It is the weakest point there. They like the idea of this whole, oh yeah, you get to repair the ship. And it's like, so you just keep doing that. And it's like, wow, this is interesting. And yet that is the most effective way of playing the game. That just seems completely wrong. They need to make the ship tougher, or your ability to make the ship tougher. Like, why can't you reinforce walls from using the repair tool? Make it more proactive rather than defensive, I guess.
Well, I mean, I would argue to counteract that mentality of, I'll just hold out for like 40 seconds so we have invulnerability. Why not have it so that number decreases?
The more times you use it.
The more times it happens.
Right, but that just basically means you have to try and achieve the same thing while abusing that mechanic to the as best you can. Why not change the whole? Oh, there's a structure hole in the ship. Fix it to make it also an active thing rather than just entirely a reactive thing. So you see the shields coming down, so you boost the shields in that direction. You're more than just a reactor to. Oh, there's a hole. Patch it. So someone who is actively doing that engineering role gives benefit to defense rather than doing it through letting the ship blow up.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of punishing people of reducing it to the point that it just can't repair, because that just seems you've got the broken mechanic and now you're just making it weaker. But if people are having to rely on that mechanic because it's not good enough, it's just silly.
Out of interest, Cool, how many times have you run PUBG missions?
A couple of times, but not that often. It works the same way. As soon as you get the recall, you can basically solo anything, right?
Yeah.
Because you just need to repair the critical one. It's really dumb right now.
Right. So is it the fact that everyone is saying keep the thing in a weakened condition, or invulnerable condition rather, or is it just pubbies that are saying it? Because like I'll be honest, I've never experienced that. I've heard of it.
No, I've never seen pubbies ask for it or too clever to do it, but I have used it as a method to keep the game going when I have pubbies, because I know I can abuse it and I can basically solo.
So you've been doing it.
I've been doing it because it's the only way to solo a mission, because pubbies don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. I just think it's a bit silly that the Rajak has the same health as our Arkwings, and I'm not sure how that's going on with damage reduction and armor, and like it's fucking weird. And I have no idea why they had to change that from the stuff we know. Like we know how armor works in Warframes and a bit on Arkwings, I guess. I guess it's the same. I'm not sure, but the Rajak is just so weird. Why 1,000 have? Why not 10,000 or maybe 100,000, and you get to be bombarded bombastically?
I think the problem for that is you have to make it feel realistic compared to Arkwing. So, you know, if you're getting hit for, say, 1,000 damage, and your Arkwing only has, I don't know, 500 health, how are you still alive? You can't scale it up differently, I don't think, because I think people get too easily.
Actually, a thing that's relevant, they fixed the projectiles from the cruise ships homing on Arkwings 20 minutes ago.
Oh, is it actually out now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you won't get one shot by cruise ships as easily, probably. But
but you understand my point.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe they could have added main cannons to cruise ships that are only aimed at the Rajak. So if you're going to Arkwing, you're not obliterated. You maybe have flag fire, but I think the way they've tried to force it is a bit silly. And of course, they could always have enemies deal additional damage against the Rajak and less against you, just so you have numbers you can relate to.
But why would it do less damage to something that is more exposed? That doesn't make sense.
No, it depends on the type of ammunition you're using.
I'm firing a bullet.
Okay,
if you're about to make the conclusion there is one type of bullet, I will slap you hard. Armor piercing versus high explosive versus flak.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they would all shred an Arkwing if they're going to do damage to a railjack.
What a penetrating shot will probably just go straight through the Arkwing and won't cause that much damage, whereas a hollow point bullet would explode within, or a flak bullet will explode and do damage to the outside and force the character away. You know, it depends what it's going to do. It's very different.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have torpedo bombers that don't fire at Arkwings. You could have main cannons on the cruise ships that don't fire at Arkwings. The mines also only hit the Rajak unless you fly into them intentionally with the Arkwing. So I think there would have been a lot of options they could have explored, but right now it's pretty bare bones, and I don't think they fleshed that out.
Yeah. Okay. Right. It's evidently it's a minimum viable product, but
yeah, I definitely say that. But just to boost it, I'd say it's one of the best minimum. Well, I know there's been quite buggy, but I bet you they're fixing most of those now.
Yeah.
That was the point of releasing a week or so early, or trying to get it done this year.
But I don't mind that part of it.
I don't mind, because people get all these bugs out in it. They'll probably get it done quick. But at the same time, I feel it is their most ambitious and successful as a platform minimal viable product they've done.
Certainly in the sense of a veteran's point of view. Like, I would think from a new player's point of view...
New players can't really access it.
Okay, fine. No. I would have thought things like Orb Valis and the Plains of Eidolon, they would appeal more to the newer player base.
I'm not really talking about appeal. I'm talking like what potential does the platform have?
Oh, well, again, it depends on what expansion you give it.
Yeah, so, I just feel that this has more room for expansion and to achieve interesting things and combine better with the rest of the game. Whereas Orb Valis and the Plains, I guess they had some potential.
Okay, how do you
Nothing
guys...
really happened with that.
So how do you guys feel on the salvage that you pick up being... Sorry, not the salvage, the components that you pick up having RNG behind, like, on them, so they got RNG attributes. Yay, nay?
I think it's fine. It's a bit tricky because no, you go first, Cool3303. What do you think?
I think it was the best way for them to pad the content, but at the same time, it's implemented badly because right now, the reactor is the most critical component. Shields don't fucking matter. So, engine doesn't matter. Weapons, okay, whatever. Reactor is the most important one, and to get that, you have to pull out of a pool with all the weapons, all the other stuff, and then have a 2% drop chance to get it. So it's a really bad way to implement it. You can't farm for it. And what I'm really missing, what's absent, and maybe they want to ship that later, obviously, is connecting planets to the other missions, to the railjack, and
yeah. See, that's the kind of thing I remember by
completely flipped on
platform that it doesn't have that level of connection they promised yet, but apparently it's supposed to, and hopefully the potential to do that full integration, which was apparently the whole point. But
I think it will create trouble in the future for them. Let's just say that.
I don't know. I, as you two rightly pointed out, it certainly pads the content because as soon, everyone runs a Arcwing with, I want to say Hyperion thruster, the speed one, right? But I've had a number of reactors, Zecti 3 reactors that have been pure garbage. Like plus 13 avionics, plus 11 avionics, plus 17 avionics. It's like, and if it wasn't for my friend saying nope, those are all garbage, do not build them. They have to have at least plus 40. And I think I got 7 before I discovered, oh, here's a 40. Awesome. Right? I think that it has opportunity to keep people going. But if people are just going to flame out because, oh, it's got RNG on top of RNG,
No, I do believe it is good because it allows you to not just get the reactor. Oh, I've gotten the reactor brand that I want. That's it. It's supposed to add a little bit of replay value. But the problem is, if you're going to go that step, you can't just half-ass it. You have to add in some extra features.
Yeah.
One nice thing would be you hold down a button and it lets you know what are the potential stats for, or within the stats you have on the drop that you got, what was the top end and bottom end it could have rolled.
Right.
You need to know this. I think Division does it. I think Diablo did it.
Diablo definitely did it. Yeah.
There you go. And it allows you to go, is this a good one or not? Because I haven't even got to point of farming level 3 reactors or whatever, and I'll pick one up and be like, wow, 12? That's awesome. And you were like, no. Like you said, Xeno,
yeah.
People have to turn around and say, no, Xeno, calm down. That's rubbish.
They're bad.
Put it in the bin, keep farming. And how would you know? And it seems silly to me that because of the share, you got 1, 2, and 3 tiered resources, all having RNG. If you're going to do RNG, just put it on the level 3 ones. What is the point of level 1s and 2 ones? The level 1 gear, you basically just want to ignore it. Maybe you start farming level 2, but in reality, I've seen as a comment in the
I disagree with that because the different tiers require different sets of resources.
No, there is some overlap.
Some, yes, but
so why waste your resources? I mean, they do require. There is some common pool items and some specific tier items, but you could just not build anything, play public games until you're on to tier 2, and just skip tier 1 completely.
Or you could just go 100% research.
The thing is,
you can only get tier 1 in research.
No, you can't. You can get tier 2 as well. If you research all the T1s, tier 2 becomes available.
But that's going to take weeks. It'll take at least another week. This just take about 3 days.
We've just finished T2.
You just finished T2, right? So it's been a week in tier 3. You haven't even got tier 3 yet.
If there is a tier 3.
In that time, so now you're saying you don't even know if there is uncrafted.
Oh.
So
but that's the point, though, isn't it? Because you can get a reactor that's guaranteed plus 30 avionics, or you can RNG for a reactor that...
Are the crafted guaranteed stats?
Yes.
Are they the best stats?
No, that's the point.
Right. So that just makes the RNG...
It's not... No, the RNG isn't undermined or anything, but it certainly gives you...
Yeah, it is.
Why?
It means that... Well, because it means... Right, so eventually, within a week or 2, most guilds will get all the stuff, the tier 3 stuff unlocked in their research base.
Actually, in 2 days.
And then if it's...
1 day, 23 hours.
If the tier stuff that's crafted is at the exact 50% mark, as in this is not the worst and not the best, then this is if you want a middle of the line everything. I'm fine with that. If it's slightly towards the better end, then basically all that rubbish stuff that's below it in quality is just junk. You're just going to get loads of junk outside now. It just makes the bad quality stuff even worse.
But isn't that just the problem with RNG anyway? You're always going to get your junk gear, and you're going to get.
Yeah, but I can guarantee having a middle quality item.
Right.
But there'll be some people who are struggling to find a really good reactor, and as Cool3303 said, it's really hard to get them to drop. And they'll go, okay, well, for now, I'll build this low quality one that is better than anything I have, because at least it's the best I've got, and then I'll keep farming because it gives me some upgrade. But now you have to go for the crafted, which makes, let's say, 50% of the drops useless. I mean, if the crafted ones for the tiers were the worst, that would make sense. You could at least guarantee an upgrade, and then anything you found was better. That would be the better way of doing it.
I disagree entirely. That's the same problem of Destiny. Everything you can craft is useless compared to anything you pick up. By craft, I mean, the boxes.
The boxes?
You can still craft stuff off the vendors in the tower.
Yeah, and they're good gear.
The gunsmith.
Yeah, it can be good gear.
Right, but more often than not, I just go pick up a gun off the floor and then, so much better.
That's only... Okay. That's a bit different, Xeno, because we've never really played while playing at level cap, so it's constantly moving up. So that if you got a gun off the guy and it was like, oh, this is a good gun, and that ups your eye level, and then you go out into the world, your eye level's higher, so you now see higher level drops. So you go, oh, this is better than that gun I just got a minute ago. Well, yeah, because that gun you got a minute ago just ups your eye level. Now you're dropping higher eye levels.
So if I just get a gun,
if you get to the eye level cap, which we haven't got to the point of playing, we always stop and they up it. The drops you get from the world will be the same as the drops you get from the gunsmith.
Yeah, it's all about perks.
So what's the point then?
There's no point. It gives you the option to, because in that you're trying to get a specific brand on type of gun, and if you're unlucky with it, at least you get, by smashing other guns, you get the ability to get some free rolls to try and find a gun and type you want.
Keep in mind you get tokens, so instead of tokens, weapons could just be dropping. But
let's say it's hard for you to find a rocket launcher with a certain energy type. You can just get some free rolls from all the guns just smashing away trying to find a rocket launcher. It just helps you out. Just gets you some free rolls. So that's a bad analogy completely. So we'll take a step back and remove yourself.
Oh no, because as soon as you get the good thing, right, being it drops. No, it's the same with Diablo 3, right? The best stuff was dropped in the environment, so it didn't matter what you got. Go on.
So first of all, to finish the Destiny thing, items they changed it so everything has random perks now. So you have to get the gun from the vendor, and it has to have the right random perks. If you drop a gun in the environment and it has the same random perks as the ones that are meta that you want, then it's great too. But you can get the ones from the vendor too. They're the same thing. You get tokens which are the same as random drops, except. Yeah.
Sorry,
because you can't pick a specific one. And
but the point there is their power and quality is of equal value as world and off vendor for that.
Sorry, just to clarify, you're saying that the item you get from the vendor has random perks to it,
as does the world drop ones.
Right. So,
but the important one, let's say the item allocation points are equal, as in it can be, you could get the best gun off the vendor, an equal chance you could get the best gun off the floor. But in Warframe, the vendor crafted one, let's say, is at 50% of maximum possible chance of power compared to what you could roll off something off the floor.
Right, or let's say it's 75%. I don't know what your point
is. Yeah. My point is that the ones off the floor have a chance of being better and or worse than the one off the vendor.
Right.
I should have replied to Destiny.
So yeah.
That's what you want, surely.
No.
So if you...
Because you just invalidated half of the stuff you'll find out in the world and half the effort you put into the world stuff. Instead of making it
but you get that as soon as you pick up a good one. Right? So I've had 7 reactors. I've picked up one that's now got 43 avionics. So all the other reactors that I pick up are less than 43 avionics are useless. Right? What is your point?
My point is the vendor...
Yeah?
The first thing you should just do is build the vendor one.
Right.
And that makes half of what you do in the world pointless to the point of to start with. Yeah, you're saying, look, I got the raid best, I got a really good thing in this slot, now everything is useless. Well, yes.
Right.
But you didn't start at the point with half of them. The start point, hey, I've reached tier 3, half the stuff I can build is useless now. Half the stuff.
But you can get T2s that are higher than T3s.
To clarify, so I'm looking at the tier 3 reactor in the dojo right now. It has 50 avionics capacity. The maximum is 100 from random drops, and 100 flux capacity. You get it from null stones, which dropped from the first mission. You get it with asteroid, which drops from the first mission. 6,000 titanium, which is about a third of what you need for random ones.
Wow, that's tiny.
5,000 diodes. So actually, no, they completely shat on the system. It's crap. It's the new players will just build the first. They will build the MK3 thing, and they will have 50% of the power. And everything below the tier 3 mission is pointless. We knew that already. The repair delaying makes it worse because you can't really fail. But even without that, like, what's the point of getting better guns or anything? You just need a reactor. So, I don't know what to say. The
difference is that you're either slowing down the progression or you're speeding it up, right? My point is you're speeding it up, and your point is what?
No, my back to the original point was we were talking about, is the RNG good? And I wanted to say yes, because it does increase gameplay. It does increase that length of time, make it a little bit longer. And that's why I think it would have been better to save it just for the tier 3 stuff. So that way, you could level through your railjack, and that's a very organized and scripted almost. This is how hard we expect your ship to be in this content. But then when you got to level 3, the high level content, that's when you get this additional thing just to go, hey, yeah, you've done these missions once, and here's a reason to run them many, many times.
What happens when they introduce, let's say, Pluto as an environment, and they go?
Of course, yeah, no, that would then also have that would, like any expansion system, that would then also have RNG. But it just means that
my question was going to be, should the tier 3 stuff become fixed?
No. Oh, maybe I would have liked to then see a middle of the line crafted come in for the tier 3 to allow you to jump onto the tier 4 as a catch-up mechanic, but I wouldn't have.
But this isn't something like World of Warcraft where you need that good gear. It really isn't.
Well, okay, no.
You don't even have to fly your own ship.
That's true. It's supposed to be, though. Let's be fair. Is what the goal is on this one. It clearly is a tier-based system. They finally went for one, but it as Cool3303 just said, you just don't need to do anything. You just have the ship half blowing up and get a reactor. It's like, yeah, it's meant to be, though. I mean, it's got tiers. Come on, that's how these things work. Anyway, we're going to move on, though. We're going to move on, man.
Does Cool3303 have anything last words to say on that, or?
Probably, but let's move on.
Fair enough. Right, okay, moving on. Okay, so topics for this week. Topic 1.
What?
Oh, sorry, my bad. You should have stopped me earlier. Right, Patreon questions.
Well, we were talking about engines.
Patreon questions.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was Patreon questions. I was going to do my questions, but we did Patreon questions.
To be fair, we answered on one of them.
Cool.
Because I wrote 2.
We know what we're doing, everyone. Right, so let's go through them. First 2 are from Cool3303. So, did the spoiler quest make Imperium worth it for you?
Define worth it.
Now, obviously, I just want to point out, I for one have not done it, and I've avoided videos. I see Zale's done a video. I'm sure it's really cool, but I've avoided it. And I know there's plot and lore in it, but so the console players may be avoiding it. So let's just remember, everyone here, we're gonna try and avoid spoilers for our console players. Okay, so. Did you enjoy it, Xeno? Did you enjoy it?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, he hasn't done it yet. Okay.
No, it's a pain in the ass to get.
There we go. Right. Well, we have to wait on that one. Cool3303. The next question is, in which way would you fix, repair, delaying the railjack?
Fix, repair, delaying the railjack.
I think we got to that in the first.
No, you mean the invincibility?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, diminishing returns. I think.
Yeah. There we go. Nick Evans asks. Nick Evans asks. It must be asked. Warframe-themed Christmas gifts. Would you want them? Would you give them? What kinds of merchandise that could plausibly be gifted would you like to gift or receive?
This actually came up.
Is this real-world stuff or in-game stuff?
This actually came up in Arbiters.
Yeah.
And yeah, we came up with some really cool, funky stuff. In real life, though, what would I really? Baseball cap. That's what I want. New baseball cap. I don't care if it's summer themed. I want a freaking baseball cap.
No, we can't do that. We have to make big towels.
Oh god. Yeah, no, I maybe an Oberon statue, but even then, I just prefer in-game stuff.
What about you, Cool3303?
I'm not sure. I'm not into buying merch.
Yeah, I'm not normally much of a merch person, but I like things that are a bit practical. Maybe I would like a bottle opener. Theme bottle opener would be nice. Magnetic, of course, because I've got a Destiny one, for instance, which I really like. Key rings. I do like key rings. Like that. I would buy. Yeah, well, key rings are fun. That Railjack one, the little Railjack. I'm not buying the Railjack gift set thing, but I would like just the key ring. It's cool. Looks cool, man. It's a nice little key ring.
The other thing,
I've got a Thunderbird 2 on my keys at the moment, and yeah, it was painted nice when I first got it, and it's now just chipped to anything. But it's still obviously it's metal. So it's not
I don't even know if I've seen it.
Oh, it's on my keys. I'll show it to you next time. But I'd love to just put a Railjack because that's basically what Thunderbird 2 is.
The other thing I would like is a Warframe, like a Lato Nerf gun or a Lex Nerf gun or something like that.
There we go. Right, moving on. Nick Evans asks, how much of the other roles on a Railjack have you actually performed as either gunner, engineer, or away team?
Away team a fair bit, gunner a little bit, because I mostly go piloting, because apparently people don't like going pilot, and I'm just like, yeah, fly a ship!
Oh, I hate piloting.
Engineering, not at all. Like, I've never done any of it. Like, I'll run around putting out fires and shit, unless that's what you're counting as it. But I've never,
is there much more than that?
Well, it's like building resources and shit like that.
Yeah, but you don't. But the interface and the whole timing mechanic of that is just awful. Because you go down there, you're like, okay, you build more fixed ship stuff. You build more fixed ship stuff. For some reason, you mash resources. I don't get understand why you mash resources. Does it give you more? It doesn't make sense.
I think I would have preferred it if there was an option for like energy management and shit like that. Like they
which they took away. Yeah. And they left in this whole, if you like doing stuff, you get to do resources. And I was like, that was like the engineering side of things was the part I was most interested in. And it seems as weak and
gutted.
Yeah, vapid as I worried it was going to be. There's just shoot things and fly around basically, and then fix things. That's it.
Like we should have a Geordie LaForge rotate the shield modulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the engineer get to have like a internal turret that they go into and they can scan enemy ships and it scans their energy weapon signature, and then you have to try and match the energy signature on your thing to get, and you can give if you do it, you got to give the team a shield boost for 40 seconds that makes your ship take like 90% less damage from that type of mob. There could have been cool things. Instead, it's just I fix holes and fires. I shoot bad guys, and then I put resources in tubs. I think and that's it. That's the engineering side of things. It's awful.
How do you feel about it, Cool3303?
So I didn't play that much of Railjack. I was pilot/engineer, and of course that includes crafting the new flux. And that's it. 3 away team. Yeah.
Do you think?
I wish there was more to away team as well. There's just more ships.
I don't mind. I think
cruise ships are too small. I wanted bigger ships than cruise ships.
No, but like you've also got the platforms and stuff like that. But the thing I would really like for you said stuff, and now I've just lost my brain. How do you?
Engineering.
I think it was engineering. To be honest, I just want more expansion towards engineering.
Away team. The thing I have seen, all the asteroids with the turrets have little Grenier entry doors. So I'm a bit surprised that they didn't make those. That they didn't make it possible to go into these.
Actually, what I was going to say was I would seriously like it if there was significantly more Grenier on the actual asteroids. Right? There's like none.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the engineering thoughts of LOZ were definitely great, and I would agree to that. It just needs more.
Yeah.
To rebalance all of it.
Right, Nick Evans also asks, are you happier moving to the higher tier of Railjack content Veil Proxima, now that you know the lore quest encounters will actually be marked from time to time to aid cutting through the RNG-based nature of those encounters? Or does it not change your view on it at all? Ain't got that far.
Don't think it changes my view.
Yeah, I don't care if there's a bit of random. It takes a little bit of time to do that content. I don't want to do. Some people seem to want to finish Railjack in a week. You are aware this is supposed to keep us going to February,
right? Actually, one thing I'm gonna tell people now: if you haven't done the quest, make sure you equip the paracesis. You need it. Otherwise, you'll go do the mission.
Level 40.
Huh?
And it needs to be level 40. I have it at 36.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But yeah, otherwise you can't
finish it. Or?
No, you can't start it.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Right, moving on. Which was it, you or Loz, that didn't like the Roombas?
I didn't.
I don't like Roombas. Well, I buy them for people, but I'm not a fan of them.
I didn't. I really don't like them.
I'll throw them at people.
Price. I don't like their price.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'll also point out I still have gifting turned off, so don't try.
Zrugal asks, Face Rig January 2020?
No.
Loomis asks, Face Rig January 2021?
Maybe.
Loomis asks, I listened in on the primetime stream last night, and they did acknowledge that there will be a rebalancing of the Arcwing since anything not Amisha getting one-shotted. On a scale to 1 to 10, how happy are you? I would 10. Go with an 8. Okay, I know I'm going to go on the 8 because I'm optimistic.
I'm going. There's more details that were spoken about during the dev stream, and yeah, we'll talk about that.
The thing is, I would. Okay, at most I'll go to 9, but it's not. I'm not happy with it until I see what it is in the game and live.
It's the same for me because, like, I tried Electron. They fixed the one-shotting with the cruise ship stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But like, none of the abilities work except for the invulnerability stuff, and that's just...
Yeah, the abilities don't work, do they? Yeah, I thought that. I'm on my... Odinata, and I'm like, yeah, look, I'll throw up a shield. Does this do anything? I'm not sure. I'll shoot missiles at things. The missiles aren't aiming at anything. Oh, they're being targeted. I'll fire the anti-target lock. That did nothing. I was like, yay, balanced. This clearly was just shoved in. Anyway. Let's move on. Loomis also asks, so given that we now have a sentient arm cannon, how long until we get a sentient mech suit?
Join the enemy.
Yeah, don't let Steve hear this because otherwise we won't get the next cinematic quest until the sentient mech suit comes out in like 5 years' time.
Oh god, I can imagine the death stream. Okay, this time we're really gonna do it. This new system, this sentient mech suit, it's really gonna unify things. And you would just want to have it equipped all the time. Except only in the missions for it, of course.
Yeah, oh god. Moving on. Xeno on the roll. I think it's a Xeno on the rails. Why was Loz shot off to the Veil?
Is this Loomis again?
Yeah.
He asked me this during Arbiters, and I couldn't answer it because I didn't realize that there's the what's it, Veil Proxy? What's it called? I can't remember.
Veil Proxima.
Yeah, Veil Proxima, right? And because it'd been 45 minutes I'd played 45 minutes and then I did Arbiters. Like, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And also, I can't shoot Loz because he refuses to get the thingy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I am being told it might be a Christmas present for me later.
I'm not leveling it above 2. You can't make me.
Oh, I'm not intending to make you do it.
You can't make me level that above 2.
Yep.
Anyway.
No,
last one.
Nothing to do with you.
If DE refuses to roll back the Archwing hit scan nerf, would you accept the AR targeting system you get when shooting the turrets given your gunner rank is high enough? The hit scan nerf?
Yeah, no, the fact that none of the arc guns are at hit scan anymore.
Oh, the Arcwing hit scan nerf. Oh, the arc gun.
Yeah. I would be fine with that as long as it takes the consideration of the projectile flight speed, because the Grattler is a slower fucking projectile.
Have you had a go shooting some of these Arcing guns now?
Yeah, the Grattler's fucking pointless now. It's just not
It is,
doable.
isn't it?
It's just
it is,
not
because I remember
doable.
saying it, and whoever we were playing with and saying, "Oh no, it's fine." I'm like, "This is not fine."
Right, it is
doesn't do
fine for the Sigwin and one of the other guns I can't remember, right? But that's not fine. Just because 2 weapons work doesn't mean it's fine, right? Likewise, you can't say Arcwing is fine when only the Amisha can survive the bullshit. Right?
Have you tried things like the dual Decurion or the Corvus?
I don't like those.
The Corvus has been changed from it used to be like a sort of a large pellet shotgun-esque gun, like short range, high damage.
It was a grenade launcher.
Now, I think, I'm not sure really what
I
it
thought
was.
it was like one solid shot.
It was, sort of. I always thought it felt like it kind of felt you kind of used it like a shotgun. I felt.
Right.
Now it sort of has like a limited range beam shot. It's like, and it's like you're trying to chase things down. You can't hit anything with it. And the dual Decurion are, all right, guys, let's go.
But I thought that was the case with the dual Decurion anyway.
But you could fight it before.
I couldn't be bothered.
In the normal Arcing missions, definitely. Because you had the whole Corpus over, the Corpus was jetpacks, those were just easy targets.
Yes, because and you were more because the old Arc mission is sort of you move as a weapons platform, didn't you? So you didn't have to go. Whereas this, you can just. I really like that you can actually attempt to dogfight, and it would have been nice to have our 6 degrees of freedom. It's like, yes, I'm finally dogfighting moving targets, and I'll just fly. Oh no, I can't go any higher, and they've gone around behind me. Yeah. I'll just go down and turn.
Really don't like the fact that we've lost.
Did that get mentioned in the dev stream?
Not that I'm aware of, but you were trying to constantly get me to look at a website, so I don't know. I might have missed it.
That's true. Well, no, it was near the end, so yeah, I doubt it was. Anyway, yeah. So that is it for the Patreon questions. Should we move on to questions from the episode?
Yeah,
last
community
week?
responses.
Only a few. First, Minion741 wants to ask, how do I get glyph? How do I get glyph?
I need to get glyph codes.
I'll get glyph.
It's currently unavailable.
But it's not on this. It's also not on this
channel.
Show.
Yeah.
Show and channel.
Yeah. So currently the glyph is unavailable. I will be trying to sort that out when DE return for the new year.
That might be.
I think he's calling.
Went down the wrong way. Frostia asks, by the time you read this, you might already know. But right now, as I write this, it is better to jump into someone else's railjack and grind stuff, because you then don't have to spend resources upgrading yours. You grind your way to Mark 3 stuff and upgrade then, and skip the crazy cost of Mark 1 and Mark 2 stuff. So many people may have a ship, but they don't use it.
I agree with this. It is, whenever one of my friends, Ral, who has powered through so much of the stuff already, when he's available to play, and it's like, oh, guys, we're going to set up a... Oh, Ral's here, we're using his railjack, but I'm still building up mine.
Yeah, what's really annoying about it, the only thing I hate about it, you can't really control who's hosting. Because, if you're in a group and with a couple of people who have bad internet, the person with the bad internet can't host regardless. So you can never use this railjack, and they need to fix that.
Do you have bad internet?
Yesn't. For some reason, Warframe doesn't like it, but I have 100k. I have no idea what it is.
Sorry, 100 kilobytes.
No. 100 mbits.
Right. That's not K.
10 megabytes per second.
Okay. Sorry. You said 100k, and I'm like, what?
No. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good 100k.
Otherwise known as 10 MB.
Right.
10 meg. Right, okay. 10 meg is not 100k. Anyway, moving on.
Right, 10 mbits, which is 100 mbits, which is 10 megabytes.
Yeah, but you said 100k.
Yes, it's 100 megabits. Bits and bytes are...
K is for kilo, not mega.
Yes, 100,000 megabits. Maybe.
No, we're not doing that. I will headbutt you.
Me or him?
You.
That's how it's being sold in our country.
I'm defending him.
I'm not sure if you're still selling it differently.
Honestly, they sell it as 100
megabytes.
100 megabits is sold as 100k.
No, I said 100k because I thought you knew what I mean.
No.
And
I'm very... Okay, fine. Let's move on.
I have glass fiber. Is that better?
Yep, that's fine.
Or
Okay.
Xeno. Confused by things.
Probably the reason.
Asklor says, I want a super anime power-up quick time event similar to Asura's Wrath boss fights in the Kuva strongholds. Anyone played Asura's Wrath?
No, but I know what they're talking about. So it's like when you're... Oh, God, what's a game that actually did it really, really well? Oh, God of War?
Ah.
Yeah, you know, where you got the boss fights and you're just like, you know, completely over the top. You're punching something that's like 100 times the size of you. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Trex Paddock says, Warframe in a nutshell. When I first came here, this was a swamp. This was all swamp. Everyone said I was daft to build a castle on a swamp, but I built it all the same, just to show them, and it sank into the swamp. So, I built a second one. That sank into the swamp. So, I built a third. That burnt down, fell over, then sank into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up, and that's what you're going to get, lad. The strongest castle in all of England.
Is that what they have said, or they're asking?
That's what Trex Paddock said is a example of Warframe, and it just as it obviously built on the castles of failure, and I had to go for the Monty Python reference because it's a Monty Python reference. Yeah. Well done to Trex Paddock, and that's very true. So Majoga says, Kuva Stronghold.
At a point?
No. No, it's not quite point worthy. It's good. It's not point worthy. Majoga says, Kuva Stronghold should be added as an extra node on the Kuva Fortress that only appears if you have a Lich active. This will work like an assassination mission in the Queen's Room, but this is to get rid of an unwanted Lich, not requiring use of Parazon, and yields no weapons rewards / Little Kuva. Can expand on this where, similar to the invasion events for Morian Razorback, Community Kuva gathered, I suppose, here builds up until a Queen invasion occurs, where we refight the Queen Reborn and the Worm Sister for a table of new rewards tied to it. What's that? Good idea to you guys.
I like the latter. I dislike the idea that the Kuva Lich is on the Kuva Fortress. The whole point is that it's supposed to expand out and take control of other parts of the origin system.
No. This was that it was a method of getting rid of your Kuva Lich. Is that you go to I assume it's sort of like you go to the Kuva Fortress where it was made and like lure it there and use some sort of anti-Kuva device.
Okay, so it's not.
This isn't the main method. This is
has taken. Okay.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm not sure. The second part is obviously nice, but like it's reaching a bit far. But for the first part, maybe like the first hour after creating your new Lich, you can go and just eliminate it. So it's still being modified. That's the idea. I think that would be cool.
Right. Andrew Singleton has the last 2 more to go. It's a long one. I've actually quite enjoyed Railjack on the opening weekend in spite of the bugs, the occasional pubby flub, and getting over the flu. It has problems that need addressing sooner rather than late. I want that made clear straight away to avoid looking like I'm typing to sweep its falls under the rug. However, I can see how Railjack could bring a variety to the mix by way of, want you to steal the data from this ship, but first you need to distract the support craft, or better yet, we want you to insert this widget into a ship so we can take over its main guns to fire at something too tough for your guns to take out. Or when infested show up, that ship's lights are off, and it has tumors in it. We're going to see if there's anything valuable there before detonating the reactor. I just hate when Railjack is falling apart because, oops, not enough of the thing dropped to make the healing goo for the ship, which gets even worse when cuboids and or pustules tend to drop like candy on most occasions.
They've already acknowledged the fact that the resource economy is jank, and they are... Did they address it in this update?
In the hotfix?
Yeah.
They boosted end of mission rewards.
Okay, cool.
Not sure how much.
They said that they were going to double it, so I don't know if they did.
Yeah, but that's still like only 100. I think the first ones give you like 150, so 300 of the most common ones.
We'll see.
No clue.
You gonna read the next comment?
Silence.
The last one is from Hooza Shintai. Xeno has not played Ocarina of Time. That is a tragedy. It is one of the best Zelda games. Definitely warrants a full HD remake. Now, when I went to Canada, the bacon shattered. Bacon is not meant to shatter.
That's the question? Yes?
It was just pointing out to Xeno about bacon. Bacon shouldn't shatter. To add to Xeno's, bacon shouldn't snap.
Oh,
thought he would have
so
appreciated
the
that.
thing
Instead-
about the Ocarina of Time thing, I'm like, what's this got to do with bacon? I didn't realize they're two different statements.
They were two different statements.
Right. Yes.
Maybe.
Bacon shattered?
Apparently bacon.
How can it shatter? What, like a plate? You
Snap.
drop it on the plate and it snaps? It's like it just
Well,
fell into pieces?
I think maybe if it was like really crispy, right, and then you went to cut it, so you held it down with a fork, and
It's what,
you
like
got the knife,
glass?
and you sort of went down on it, and it just went and shattered.
Yeah, bacon shouldn't shatter either.
Yep, there we go. On that statement, let's move on to the topics of the week.
Cool. We'll actually do it this time.
Yes.
Right, so topic 1. Turn the free flight node into nodes, plural, into lobbies. Topic 2. Why do Railjack's guns have damage fall off? And then 3. DevStream 135. Right, so topic 1. Turn the free flight nodes into lobbies. Have a variant of the free flight nodes, one per node. What? Have a variant of the free flight nodes, one per node. Make the nodes planet lobbies for people to group up in. Get rid of the awkwardness of mid-mission joining. So this is basically to highlight a pre-start mission lobby. So basically go to the node you want to do the mission on. Before you actually start the mission, people join in and then you start the mission. And I think they want to put some... They want to get rid of the free flight node that currently sits on Earth. But my thought originally was you'd go to that node, you'd make the group, and then you'd go do the mission. But the one per node thing confuses me, so I can only assume the intent is like you get a full group and then you start the mission. Like you can't start it until you got a full group.
Could be.
How do we feel about this? How have you either of you tried do a mission that is either just yourself or below 4 people?
Yes.
Thoughts? Feels?
Like I said, with the as soon as you have the recall, you can solo anything because you just never die.
Right.
Unless you somehow run out of the repair juice.
Right.
And it's just not nice because of the DPS. I've seen someone do it with the maxed out status weapon, but the damage of that is currently bugged. So yeah, it's just not nice. And as for the lobby thing, I'm not sure if they should make it into a relay. They actually served it quite elegantly for dojos. Like if you want to get on a different person's ragejack in a dojo, they still have to invite you, but as soon as they invite you, you load into their session and see their ragejack, even though it's the same part. And
there is a bug with that I have found, where if one person creates the squad, disbands it, and then another person creates the same squad, it actually uses the first person's railjack, not the second person's. And it's just like, well, that's a bug. But
interesting.
Even so, you can't puppy invite in your dojo.
Yeah. How would you feel about a relay?
Well, like Maru's Bazaar, but for railjacks.
But they could have. They could do it in a couple of ways. What I would find interesting would be if you have a commandeered Guinea asteroid base, and people can either load into. They can either spawn into space with their Arcwing, or they can just get dropped off into the interior. And there's one railjack pod, and you load in. If you join a person's lobby group, then you load in the correct railjack. It would be hard to do, but be definitely interesting.
So, Mike, okay, so another question is this really a problem? Is this a problem that is worthy of dev resources to address?
Like
I'm
there, it's hard to answer because like making it a relay would be a lot of investment, of course. You could just as well make a custom channel, shared channel, and just have people link their intrinsics or whatever they wanted there. But I definitely feel like just randomly matchmaking into someone, it's just not gonna work. Or maybe you could queue for roles. That would be another idea. Like I want to be engineer, but then the issue is but gunners and everything else is worthless right now. So it's kind of difficult.
So
See, I can't provide examples, but I think at this point, what it nearly really needs is the World of Warcraft custom group part where you can put up you get just a long list and you can scroll through that and then you can put up custom things. So for instance, in World of Warcraft, you have obviously select role, you've got tank, DPS and healer, and you can assign that so the group will auto fill for them. And you can even set like minimum item level and you put it up and you put up that thing and then you get a long list of people whispering and you can see what their item level is and what role they want to do, and then you can accept or reject them. It's quite a simple basic interface. I should maybe get some screenshots so Xeno can put some stuff up maybe time, because I keep coming back to it. It's actually quite a good system because it allows people to do it for anything. If you're like, hey, I want to do Eidolon hunting, you can put that up. And now that we've got a system that does require role and level, it would be interesting to be able to do that, because you could just like, I'm looking for people with intrinsics level 7 in this, and then people will apply for it and you can hover and it says, yep, that person's got 8 in that intrinsic. You're like, good. Rather than, it just simplifies things and it makes it more streamlined. So it takes what you do in chat and just gives you a UI for it, basically. It's not like Raid Finder or anything. I'm not saying that.
My is the whole enabling of people to basically be super selective, and you have to have this level of intrinsics. Apparently, like, people have been saying that, in order to join my Railjack, you have to have level 7 intrinsics in everything. And it's just like... Well, yeah.
It is required to do certain parts of the map, certain levels of intrinsics.
Only the Veil Proxima requires one intrinsic of rank 7. That's it.
Right.
That's the only restriction.
But you've still got the looking for group system where people can just pick on those as it is now. What's the problem with adding in a system for people who want to sit there and say, like, I don't want to start, I want to do this mission properly, I'm happy to wait here and sit until I get the people with the right intrinsics, and it gives them a UI that enables them to build their group towards that.
Yeah, another thing I would say, they like DE had a great idea, but they said it's a thought for cooperation. The issue is they did that by locking off basic functionality. So you can get a person that has 4 intrinsics and is on Saturn and one thing. And so they can't craft flux. They can't pilot. They don't have to have a good arcan. If they balance the system more, it's probably gonna get better. You'll have the problem then of people loading in with inadequate railjacks, and it's just really difficult, and it doesn't help that it's a minimum viable product.
So when this person is saying, like, the awkward mid-mission joining, right? I think the question is, why is it awkward? Is it because you don't know what's going on, right? If that's the case, I think one of the biggest issues is people don't know what anyone else is doing without going to that stupid tactical screen. Which, by the way, if you go to that stupid tactical screen, you can't do anything else! It is stupid. Right?
Don't forget, you have to unlock it first.
Yeah, I'm piloting a ship. Guess what I can't do? I can't look at the tactical screen and pilot at the same time, right? Not only that, I don't even know if people are on the fucking ship while I'm piloting.
But no, you keep the minimap, don't you?
Nope. Sure. You lose the minimap. I've got the footage right now. You lose everything. You lose your list of players. You lose the minimap. You have no idea who the fuck is on the ship. You could be on it on your own, and you don't know. Right?
Another thing they should maybe address, yeah.
Yeah, so I personally think that you should always have the list of players in your team on the right-hand side of the screen, regardless. maybe jazz up the UI for when you're piloting, don't care. And each person should have an icon on them when they are doing a specific thing, right? If they are in a cruise ship, it should have an icon that you're, on someone else's ship. Or if you're on an asteroid, same icon. If you're an Archwing, it should show the Archwing symbol. If you're on a gun, it should show the gun symbol. If you're piloting, it should show the pilot symbol. If you're not doing anything, it should show no symbol at all. But without conveying information, no one knows what the fuck is going on. And you can easily get a situation where you're trying to go, so what are we doing? I'm busy piloting. I don't have time to type. I'm trying to avoid all the bullets. Right?
It's terrible that the command window that should be the method of you gaining the acquisition of the most and information ability to act on it, in fact, gives you the least amount of information and the least ability to act on the information.
Yeah.
But at rank 10, you can teleport to anyone, so...
Well, yeah, but okay, so I can teleport around, go like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. Right, that's useful. I just had to spend 20 seconds teleporting around.
That is just watching, but you can watch them and you can teleport to them.
But even so, the whole point is that there is a lack of information being... Like, Loz pointed out the whole...
I agree completely. You should have the icons. That's a great idea, and I'm not sure why I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Did they talk about improving the mod UI?
What?
Did they talk about improving the mod UI?
I don't know.
I hate that mod UI.
The
Sorry.
avionics.
I hate it. Is this a rare mod? Is it a good mod? What level is this mod? What is it doing? Is it a good roll? A bad roll? I don't know.
Have you wikied it?
No. But I just hate the way. No, I hate the way it's set up. At a glance, I can tell what is equipped.
Well,
what is
if it's animated, it was a rare variant of the mod.
Oh, I didn't know there was rares. There's ignoring those rares. There's different quality ones. Yeah, there's different quality ones. I didn't know about animated super rare ones. So now they're shinies to get. Lovely.
Or maybe it was just shiny or something. But yeah, there's a number of pips on the actual mod as well.
But there's pips there's pips at the bottom, and there's pips around the sides, as in the corners.
And if you put it in, you don't see it anymore.
Yeah, and if you put it in, you can't see them, so you don't know. And then when you go to smash them, you
can see the pips.
No, there's pips at the bottom and pips in the corners.
I don't know what the pips in the corners are.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't tell you, and it's different. It's like, what is this? And it's like,
are you talking about the grids?
No, you can get same versions, the same image of the same mod, and then sometimes it'll have pips in the corners, and sometimes it won't.
Oh, actually, it's they fixed the grid on the avionics. You can now have a slight difference in the ones you have from the grid and the ones you just have. Yeah, just from the mod.
Oh,
and then there's...
But yeah, so I think what he means is you have thematic, and then you have 4 dots, or you have. Not sure.
Obviously, from the description, I can't even perceive what the fuck it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right? That's if you go on it, you have Lavan, Vidar, and that's specialty variants. And you have the same for the parts, but I agree that
the tricky thing is it's all red. What was and maybe that's because we're going for some sort of colorblind mode on it, but instead they've put these different symbols on with no explanation of what is good, what is bad, is it equipped, is it not equipped, can I see, you go to sell it, and sometimes I think you can't sell and smash the ones you don't want. It's awful. It's just a pain. I just think it's terrible design. But sorry, no, I distracted from the topic. What were we doing? Turning the free flight mode into lobbies.
I just think
straight from topic.
Yeah.
You asked the question 333. I was actually waiting for you to ask me. I too have done playing by myself. In fact, the first 2 missions I played. No, I actually stayed quiet so that Cool33 could talk. I didn't actually join in, and I'd say that I actually did. That's how I started playing. I would just do a mission, immediately get out of my railjack to go do the mission, and hope pubbies would spawn in, and if not, I'd go back and fix the ship into vulnerability phrase, then go blow up another cruise ship. And if pubbies came in, I'd be like, "Puppy, fly ship," and puppy would fly the ship, and like, "Yay!" And then I'd be like, "Good puppy," and then they would just do that for me.
But do you think that there is a value in holding off starting the mission until you get people?
Yeah, because sometimes I've eventually get to missions where I couldn't do, and I would like to have an option to go like, please join my mission,
Well, that's a free flight node.
But I don't think, but that requires people to go click on the free flight mode to use it, to think that way. Yeah, I don't think they are.
I think there should be a change to the star chart. When you click on a node, maybe if you left click on a node, it just takes you to the mission. But if you right click on the node, it brings up a menu, and one of the options is form full group.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel that it needs to. It needs.
Why can't you do it in the dojo? Why can't there just be form Railjack team, and you sit there and wait until people form Railjack team in the dojo, and you go like, right, let's go, and then off you go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
That would be easier.
I think it's certainly something DE needs to implement for Warframe now because of the more complex nature of the group's reliance on other members. So, yeah. Okay, should we go to the replies?
Sure. Free flight should also have the arsenal accessible. Gets pretty annoying having to keep flying back to the dry dock just to swap out Arcane gear. I 100% agree to that.
Yeah.
Same.
Having a free flight on each planet where, depending on the platform,
Sorry.
it's either...
Sorry to interrupt. Can you access the arsenal after you complete the objectives of the mission?
No.
No.
You should be able to do that as well. Before you go to the next mission.
I don't mind if you have to go to free flight, as in like, you know, because that is a sort of like you're still in mission if you have to do it in free flight. So you fly to, yeah. I do like what you're saying, but I'm thinking they took that out because it might have been buggy.
Yeah,
so I don't mind taking free flight as a trade-off.
Yeah.
Having a free flight on each planet where, depending on the platform, it's either available or destroyed would be a great way to connect Railjack to the rest of the game. Whether you dock with your Railjack or come in with your landing craft, you can find a crew squad at the relay and go out into the world to do missions. You can transition more naturally than going to your dojo every time.
See, like, it feels to me that this is going from a closed environment, which I completely agree with, to another limited environment. This isn't catering towards the people that don't want to talk to others, which is something that it took World of Warcraft 2 expansions to fucking do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Was it raining?
I don't
No.
know, is it?
That's just my water cooling system having bubbles in it. Lovely. Right. I was slightly shocked that there isn't a feature... I was slightly shocked that this isn't a feature, considering the nodes feel barely different on the same planet.
What? Oh. I don't know. Like, yeah. I am not for what they are proposing is the solution in this. I acknowledge that there is a problem, but I feel that this is taking away a small amount of the resistance of doing it, not a large amount. Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, should we ask a card?
Sure.
I'm thinking, how... Oh, what? I'm trying to think of a good card.
Card?
Yeah, you know, the YouTube cards, the questions. Polls. Do you struggle making Railjack... Oh, even... I don't know what to ask. What to ask?
Turn free flight nodes into lobbies, yes or no?
Does your clan have enough active players to always find a group?
I think that's a separate issue. Because what about people who aren't in clans? Why, you could have two questions there. There you go, 2 questions. Go.
But you have to be in clan to have a Railjack.
Should
You can build your own clan.
a free flight be 10 lobbies? Button. And then what was the other very long, needs to be shortened down question that 203 asked?
Does your clan have enough active players to always fill a group?
Is your clan active enough for full Railjack?
Yeah. Just feel like if that many people have an active clan, it's not a problem. But I'm struggling.
How active is your clan?
we downgraded from a 300 to 100 at some point, and it's catastrophic. Like 2 groups max, and it's the same people. So often one group is always 4 people complete, and yeah, the struggle is real.
To be honest, like we typically, not all of us are in the same clan, and we just sit on Discord and form groups that way.
Yes, master of the web of pure influence and mind control.
That's
of course,
what
you're
you
able
call
to
it,
find
the web
people.
of influence.
What do you call it?
No, I keep forgetting what you call it.
Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Spider.
All right, should we move on to topic 2?
Yeah.
Why do railjack guns have damage fall off? This addition is a large part of the reason why they're so widely considered to be underpowered. The fall off distance is ridiculous. You are in space. There is no air resistance to slow down ballistic projectiles, and there is no matter to dissipate energy/laser weapons. In railjack, you're often engaging enemies at rather large distances. Your typical gun has damage fall off from 500 to 1,000 meters, which is absolutely pitiful. 500 to a kilometer. Wow. Enemy fighters have to practically be right on top of you for there to not be any fall off. Ballistic weapons tend to have rather poor accuracy and the projectile speed. What? I think that's supposed to be just and projectile speed. And energy weapons don't even have that much range. I'm aware lasers and energy weapons do degrade in space, and there is a matter of slow down projectiles, but these effects occur over several kilometers, not 500 to 1,000 meters standard on railjack guns, and degradation is not that severe. And the degradation is not severe. I hate to be that guy, because I did actually look into this. I wanted to turn to Steve and say, would you be willing to put in a option for railjack that is like, proper simulated space sound? But I then investigate. Yeah, no, and then I sort of did a lot of investigation of how would that even work, and I don't think it would be entertaining. And likewise, if you had weapons that you could shoot from, let's say, 100 kilometers away, well, you're either just going to fucking miss all the time because the enemies are moving, or you're just going to snipe. Right? So, I don't...
The thing is, how it's implemented now, you have 6, maybe 10 fighters, and if you shoot them, they always find you. They always see you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much the distance is. Actually, you have the missile intrinsic, or whatever it was called, ability. And that doesn't have damage fall off. So it's kind of fucking pointless. I would agree that the thing with laser fall off is nonsense. In space, you wouldn't have laser fall off.
In space, you wouldn't see the lasers.
You wouldn't see them, and you would have a focal point after which you have fall off. But the focal point.
That's not true. You see the laser twice. Once in this eye, and then once in this eye.
A laser doesn't travel slower than light. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but the laser weapon should have fallen off just because it's that accurate. And the cryophone or whatever, that's kind of its identity. I get that. But for the rest of the weapons, I absolutely don't understand. And I think it's just someone on the balance team that's having a hate boner. And
no, I think
let's make everything projectile weapons. No more pure elemental weapons. Let's just screw everything.
No, I think the whole point is they are trying to do a specific type of. They're trying to engineer a specific type of gameplay where you are moving around in your ship a lot. You are dogfighting in space, right? But if
the thing is,
thanks, Loz.
Somebody.
But the thing is, like, if you don't have that damage fall off, you're not going to have the dogfighting space, right? It's just like, you know,
why not? Hitting the target.
The thing is,
no, hit scan weapons. The lasers are hit scan, right? But they have damage fall off.
Yeah, and I'm saying the lasers should have it because they're that accurate.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're not a dog. You're not a jet. You're not a small little attack craft that's fighting ships 50 times its size. No, it's you and it's cruise ships, and the fighters are tiny. And the fighters are significantly faster than your railjack. And obviously,
they might be faster than your railjack. They're not faster than mine.
Yeah, obviously, because they fucked it up with the MK3 and the balance, your railjack suddenly feels like a jet fighter, even though it's 20 times the size. Like, balance.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking about the realism of space movement,
if you wanted to balance it, cruise ships, slow, strong, your railjack, slow, strong, and fighters catch up to you, and it's the turret's job to take them out.
Why would the cruisers be slow?
Because they have more mass.
And they have bigger engines.
Yeah, but they also have more armor and bigger guns. That's
what's armor? What's guns? What's they have mass, sure, but like, it's not that big a deal. I mean, hell, we constantly have our engines on pushing us forward. Why? There's no resistance. We should just burst it, and then we're just continuously going in that direction until we decide, we're going to rotate. No, people wouldn't like that. They don't like that kind. We are really not going for realism with Railjack.
Yes. Like, it's just okay. What I would imagine the mode I want to play is, if I have the big ship, we have the Arkwings. The Arkwings can be as fast as the fighters, right? But if you have the big ship should be doing big ship things, and that's being fat, slow, and shooting at things. I have no clue why mission objectives are. You spawn and the mission objective is 20 kilometers away. Like, once again, DE is creating problems for themselves that they don't need to have. If you spawn us next to the mission objective, you don't need guns that have 20 miles of range, but we also don't need fall off.
So you want to be next to the mission objective when you start?
I think it's hard to tell how they should change it now, because obviously they have the thing, they did it, and now changing everything about it just not gonna work. But what I think is the fighters should be fast, easy to destroy. They're just fodder. I don't get why they're that durable. Like, they should be lancers. Yeah? And then you have the slow moving cruise ships. You have the special attack craft, the mine carriers, or whatever. And right now we have the issue that the mine carriers are as fast as the fighters and as fast as your railjack, and do like 20 times the damage. It makes no sense.
Don't drive into the mine?
But they fly behind you or to your side, and you can't see them if you're piloting. And you have to hope the away team kills them. And that's another problem with the damage. Like what I said, you should have anti-ship weapons, and you should have anti-arcing weapons.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Doesn't exist at all.
I do like the idea, what you are saying about swapping weapon types, right? So I'm fine with that. I really enjoy flying around the Arkwing, dogfighting other things, right? I kind of get where you're coming from. Why are you starting 20 kilometers away in terms of the objective? I'm pretty sure that's not the case for Earth, but it certainly is for Veil Proxima.
No, it's also for Earth. There's, I think, one satellite mission spawns you right next to it, but the other one does 20 kilometers away. I think we had 30 once.
But even so, it's like, how fun would it be for the pilot if all they did was drive? What?
I would say Earth is not nearly as bad. There is a massive jump between Earth and, is it Jupiter?
Saturn.
That the Earth ones, you never have to travel that far. You as soon as you hit the Saturn maps, you
I
feel
think that's
they've
just
gone.
because you just have to destroy the ships.
No.
there are objectives
even
on
when you have
Earth.
to travel for the objectives, I feel that, let's say, Earth is a unit of one distance you'd weigh, whereas Saturn is like 2 to 3 units away of travel. I've not done the next one, but they are definitely closer spawning on Earth, but they're not. And I imagine there's a bit of variance in there, but the Saturn ones are definitely a stage further. Definitely, always.
Okay, but I guess just to distill it down, you don't have to have drop off if you don't have stuff that's 20 kilometers away that you could snipe. Can we agree on that? And right now the ships aren't that far away. You could have stationary targets, but turrets aren't a threat. And the stations you need to enter before you can even shoot at from outside. And the Arkwings can solo them. So, like, I don't think damage fall off is needed. I don't think travel time is needed, and I'm not sure why it's in the game. Like for weapons which have that identity, you have the short range lasers which are super precise but you can never miss, and you have the cryophone which is that shotgun plasma blasting.
I think one thing you would have to do is it would have to become very micromanagey in order to swap the weapons. So whoever's got a gun on, be it Arkwing, maybe let's leave Arkwing alone, but be it on the Railjack, so it's the pilot or the gunners, having to swap the guns based on the distance. First off, it'd be vital that the ship has to tell you how far away your target is, which it currently doesn't do. You have to guess it, right? And you have all the debris around you, so you actually have an idea of how far away the ship is, your target.
But like the idea isn't to swap. The idea is just the Railjack focuses on that thing, and I think that would be enough because like I said, you can't snipe because nothing spawns that far away, and the fighters are around you. And
I've had stuff that's like 13 kilometers away. They spawn in 13 kilometers away. I know this because my friend is over there. I can't snipe it, but I wouldn't want to.
Oh, so you mean the abuse case where the Arkwing flies away and the stuff spawns at the Arkwing at the host?
Yeah. But like, I wouldn't want to snipe anything away. Like,
I think that counts as a fix for me. I think that's the thing they should fix.
Like, so let me just get this straight, because I think I'm getting a little bit of mixed messages. Would you want to snipe in Railjack?
No. I want things to be close, and I want, if something is a bit more far away, like a cruise ship that's for some reason 2 kilometers away.
Right.
Why should you be punished for the cruise ship being 2 kilometers away?
But why don't you just fly over to it?
Because it takes time. And I know at MK3 you're really fast, and with the boost even more,
and with higher piloting, yeah.
You shouldn't be. Really, you shouldn't be.
Well, it's the same with why are you dealing more damage with higher gunnery? I mean, that doesn't make sense either.
Yes, but the thing is, it's balanced for higher gunnery being better. You have enemies that take more damage. Do you have faster enemies? No, because that would ruin Arkwings, because Arkwings have fixed projectile velocity. So there's nothing that compensates for your gain of speed. And I don't. It should be a thing, maybe, if you want it, really, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, your Arkwing is now as fast as a fighter. Why? Sorry, your Railjack is as fast as a fighter or as an Arkwing. Why? I don't see the reason for it. And
but it's a big ship with a big engine.
Secret Orokin technology.
I mean, again, we still have ships that are continuously propelling themselves forward, which, laws of physics doesn't make sense. You're just going to get faster and faster.
It's a game. And as said, you have stuff to compensate for your damage increase as you level, but you have nothing to compensate for the speed increase. And it's just, okay, you're that fast now. And I think it's the same in Warframe, and we've grown used to it. Like, coptering, you had to have a straight line,
and with Parkour 2.0, you're just always at a speed, and enemies can't catch up with you, and you can always hop away. It doesn't matter, and it's the same in Rayjack now. Like if you're that fast, what's the point of slow weapons? What's the point of mines or anything? You can just fly away. Like you either have the problem of sniping or you have the problem of flying away. And I think I'm rather with you have long range weapons, no fall off, and you're a bit slower, so the enemies can catch up to you and do damage. So it's not that you should be shooting at them when they're far away, but that they should get close to you before you have them all shut down.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Loz?
We're just talking about the Arcwing guns, right?
No, we're talking about the Railjack guns.
Yeah, sorry. That's hard. We're talking about the Arc. We're talking about the Railjack guns, yes?
Yes.
I'd rather give the Arcwing a sniper rifle. That was what I was trying to say.
Right. I'd be down for that. I think it would have to be like a slow firing, not slow projectile speed, but slow firing.
I would give it hit scan and have a minimum firing range.
But it would tell you if you're in range, yes?
Yes, like the UI would be like, it could only lock on to enemies after they were so far away from you.
I'm not sure if I want the UI that big for the Arcwing. I think the Arcwing should be dogfighting. And
no, I mean, this is so you go at range and you can actually aim down. It's the only Arcwing gun that you can snipe when you aim on scopes.
Do you have, if you aim at a normal enemy, your crosshair lights up? Or do you want a proper UI for lock-on?
No, I want to give it a sniper scope, like we have proper sniper scopes to go first person. I want a sniper gun. The which is supposed to be, I think, was meant to be a sniper rifle because you charge up a shot. It has like cool vents that open, and it's just a normal gun. It just does no. What is the point of that gun? It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Instead, I want a sniper rifle for Arcwing guns. Hell, if I was really wanted, I'd want one that you have to actually attach yourself to an asteroid to shoot. I really want to see like lockdown, and you have to aim it. You become a little turret. I really want to see that kind of thing. Like, so it'd be Arcwing.
Loz, I think you're in. Hold on, is it my internet or is it your internet?
It's mine.
I think it's Loz.
Okay,
it's mine. I can see red. It should be better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I think I know what it might be. Hang on. Let me just.
You're gonna change region.
No, but we should. What are you doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
It should stop that. Why are you doing that? You guys talk.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I feel the stationary gun vibe for Arcwings. Like I said, I want the big ship and the dogfighters. And that separated, if possible.
So yeah, so you want basically a Grenier carrier with fighters, yes?
There we go. No, he means for our side that we have the Arcwing as the fighter variant, and then you have the ship being the ship-based thing. I do want to see a little bit more to that. I would like to see more options, and at the very least, a sniper rifle. Don't get me wrong. I lockdown super gun for the Arcwing.
But you have the main cannon of the artillery, or what is it?
I know. I don't like how. To be honest,
but you can't get into that until you're bloody 5, which is stupid.
Yeah, I know that was stupid.
If you have to repair just before you're level 1 is stupid, or see the interface, but that's how it is.
It really should have come with a tutorial that got you to rank 1 in everything, so that when you got onto proper missions, you could do the basic stuff. It was ridiculous. And that's like, why not let you shoot that gun, but you do low damage with it and it's highly inaccurate? No, you just can't even go into the gun. It's just, it's just like they built a really cool thing and then decided to take it to pieces again and then force you to grind till you can actually get the game they wanted you to. It's kind of stupid.
I don't like.
But you're not supposed to get to rank 10. Don't forget that.
Sorry, you're not supposed to get to rank 10.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Right, that's a joke. You're not supposed to do it. Not until you're 3 months in. That's what they literally said. So
I was wondering if there was something they literally said. Yeah. So that's the plan. Is that we need to get to what? Is that in 1 or in all?
In all.
In all.
Ooh,
like getting to rank 10 in 1 is not that hard. A bit time consuming. Well, I'm already ranked 7.
Nice. But obviously it's
multiplicative. Yeah. So you need to get twice that for 8, and twice that for 9, and twice that for 10.
You just
So
need to
you're
get
halfway
512.
Isn't that
No. I'm not halfway there. I'm only halfway there when I'm at 9.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah.
yes.
Because it's exponential.
that's the one I was going to say.
Oh, man. If. Only if. Only if I was halfway there.
Oh, okay. But anyway, back to my idea. I'd like to see Arcwings happen. So you're talking about this long distance, short range thing, and I think it would be nice to be that you could go. The Arcwing would give you the option to have a long range weapon, and you'd obviously be sacrificing your normal dogfighting weapon to obtain this, and you could just fly away and snipe mobs for a bit. I think it'd be cool, but I don't think it should be added in for the Railjack to speak, because to me the Railjack feels more like a scrapper ship. It's more of a, I think, a
Millennium
cruiser.
Falcon.
No,
I'd say it's more like.
no, because it can't. That's
Well, it can do the castle run in under 12 parsecs. If you're at MK3.
We're not acknowledging that movie.
you say that, but it's what he says in A New Hope.
I
and
know,
that is...
but that was just a mistake, and then
that is actually the thing they did in the Solo film is the canon explanation of that. But even before the Solo film came out, that was the canon explanation.
But like, they just didn't have to do that in the Solo film.
They didn't have to make the Solo film. Period. They still did.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going to get Star Wars because.
That's a rabbit hole.
Oh no, my brain fell apart again. Right, anyway, moving on. So yeah, that's what I would like to see. I would like to see give a hit scan sniper based weapon that had first person sniping to an Arcwing, and it would have a minimum range. You actually have to get away to use it. That's what I would like to see, and I've always wanted to see for Arcwing. However, we're not getting that. So yeah, I don't think you need long range weapons really. Apart from that,
I'm perfectly
I'm
fine.
fine with Fall Off, basically.
I'm fine with Fall Off.
I just don't think there's any point in Fall Off right now.
Well,
outside of buggy spawning, but even then, why are you getting punished for the spawning system being shit? Not sure.
But like,
Cool3303 throwing some shade.
Okay, fair enough. But who knows? Maybe they can't fix it. I mean, have you not noticed how there's so few enemies in the Railjack environment at any one time?
Yeah.
Do you not think that that's a little strange?
That we never see, like, oh look, an enemy fleet. It's more like, oh look, a handful of ships have appeared.
Oh look, I sneezed in my hand and it wiped it on the screen. Oh look, that's the number. But yeah, that is it. You only ever really see 6 to 7 enemies at any one time, and yet it tries to repopulate them. But like, you never get swarmed by 30 or 40
yet.
I'm not sure what that has to do with the range.
Well, no, the whole point is the spawning. You were saying that the buggy spawning and things, they could have fixed that. But my point is that maybe they can't fix that.
Well, they can make it so that the enemies always spawn around your Railjack. And that the stationary turrets are personal defense turrets, which target Arcwings. And we're getting to the main cannon, Arcwing cannon. Main cannon, Arcwing time. About that.
They could also put in bloody Arcwing enemies, which for some reason decide not to appear in these missions.
Have you noticed that the enemies in Railjack are the first enemies that actually do pitch and yaw?
Yeah.
Yeah. How awesome is that?
Well, it would be if my Arcwing could also pitch and yaw like it used to.
But my Railjack can, so that's fine.
Okay.
You pilot the Railjack more, Loz.
A floating freaking brick with a bloody damaging bloody parachute.
Just level
out the
up
front.
your bloody piloting!
My piloting's like 7.
Bullshit, you're piloting 7 and you're complaining.
It's either 6 or 7. It's the one thing I'm leveling. It's still not. I don't know. It's just. I don't want. It just.
What engine do you have?
Oh yeah, that's probably where his engine and things. But it's not the. It's still a flying brick. It's got a fat ass. Is what I'm saying, man. Making those Matrix references. Boost! Use the boost.
Are you drifting?
Yeah, of course drifting and boost drifting. No, it's still a flying brick. Yes, it's a maneuverable flying brick. That doesn't make it just because you stacked some bottle rockets to the flying brick doesn't make it any less of a flying brick. It's just a rocket powered flying brick.
What's wrong with a flying brick? It's not like it needs to be aerodynamic.
I want my mosquito powers back.
Oh. So it's not the problem that you're flying a flying brick. It's the problem that your mosquito's broken.
Yeah, my mosquito.
That is perfectly legitimate as an argument.
Right. Yeah.
Mosquito?
He's talking about his Arkham.
Okay.
It's become disabled and can no longer do a flip.
And just gets swatted out of the air.
Yeah. Oh no, missiles. I know they fixed that mistake. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what I say. So should we see what the replies have said for this fall off topic?
First off, does anyone else have anything else they want to say? No? Let's go to the replies.
I don't experience fall off. It just takes a long time to hit the target.
Next reply.
I agree with this. However, inertia would dictate that unless there was something to stop a moving object, like a bullet, it would keep moving because there are no forces to stop it, like air or gravity. Fun fact.
Yeah, also, when you fire a gun, you'd go backwards.
Yeah.
Space ninjas don't need physics.
That's why we don't have hover tanks. Indeed. So, sadly, if anyone's watched the film Sergeant Bilko, that's why we don't have hover tanks. Now,
such a good movie.
So much fun. Right,
you get a point.
Oh, I think we lost Lars.
No, he's writing down a point.
I'm getting it. Go. Better. That looks better. What?
You just lagged out, and I thought.
Yeah, I lagged out. It's fine. Right, moving to the next one. Warframe doesn't concern itself with real-life physics in terms of gameplay, arguing that being in space means guns should act like a real-world ideal is just cot a very good argument. Doubly so when did anyone in reality test the sort of weapons we have on railjacks in actual space?
Wait, did you read the one above?
No, we'll come back to that one.
Okay. Yeah, I really feel that they had to focus on an enjoyable gameplay experience rather than the realism. Because, as I said, I looked up videos and things of physicists dictating this is what space combat would be like in real life, and you would just hear the engine of your ship and nothing else. That's it.
Yeah, and
bullets hitting you.
Also,
the engine would be that loud.
Isn't predicted spaceship combat be that you would actually just fly past each other really quickly and then take the damage later? Because that would be the only way to do it.
Pretty much. Brilliant anime that...
if you're flying past each other, you must have already hit each other. Because if you're firing forward, the projectile is always faster than your ship. So it must hit the enemy before...
No. You fly past each other, and in that moment, that brief moment that you fly past each other, you shoot sideways at each other instantly, or slightly diagonally, so it hits the other ship.
It's easier to broadside than it is to...
Because the risk of going head on would be stupid, and you wouldn't go slow, because if you go slow and someone's going fast, you can't hit them. Yeah. So you have to literally just charge at each other and just go like whoosh past each other. There was a like, are we dead yet? No.
There was a brilliant anime that did that covered amazing space-based combat. It was called Crest of the Stars.
Oh yeah, I love that with its war bubble system. It's the whole thing. It's of the stars.
The third season wasn't as good. Seasons 1 and 2 were really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, ninjas don't need physics. I have no idea whether it's even an argument.
Yeah.
Like the funny part is the people that don't know physics saying lasers should have energy fall off. Like the person, I know lasers should have energy fall off in space. No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you've read the Reddit post, Reddit post starts off, I know lasers should diminish in distance. No, they shouldn't.
No,
they really shouldn't.
They would actually get wider, and you wouldn't see them. Actually, it's better. Oh god, what was it? I was watching one. It was saying like you're better off firing radiation at the enemy ships and cooking the crew on the inside rather than actually dealing any damage to the ship.
Yeah.
Right, and the last one, which it's out of order. Lasers degrade easily in space by simply becoming less focused. That said, there is no right for us to have laser weapons that cannot self-focus at distances.
That's what I mean.
Less than a kilometer in space.
It's just bollocks.
That's the one I was talking about.
Just imagine a laser getting like 10 kilometers. Oh, wait, I need to refocus myself. Just get a little bit more focused. Right.
Do they think they're like telescopes, where you have like a focal point?
But they are, depending on how you make the laser, because
Yeah,
the idea is you can't have a single laser diode, and even then you need to focus it.
You know, we send data, I think it's to boxes on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that the area that is covered by the laser we send is, did they say 600 meters or was it 6 kilometers? It's like, it's when it leaves us and hits the box, it's covering a massive area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you need to focus that laser, Loz. Focus it.
Focus that laser good.
Anyway. I'm fine with the damage fall off. During this, I asked the question, how do people feel about the damage fall off? If there wasn't damage fall off, I'd be bored out my fucking skull. Right? Piloting the ship. So.
Well, I think that if the enemies find you and fly towards you, it's fine. Just, they spawn too far away, it doesn't matter, I can shoot them in.
I'd be fine with it if I get a javelin.
Javelin?
Yeah, you know. Sorry, a lance. So I could actually, like, douse them. Douse them.
I'll joust you.
Well, either that or Loz gets in the torpedo tube.
Don't know what you're talking
They
about.
could fix the Arcwing melee. That would be nice.
They could just fix
Give us,
Arcwing.
No, but give us like 100-meter wide energy swords that we slash forward, or do the snap-on thing, which I think they don't want to do because then they would have to snap us in a strange angle because they do pitch and chill. I think that's the issue.
I think we should move on to the last topic.
Yep.
Okay, last topic.
But I do want to say I would like to see Arcwing melee fix, but I think they're just going to have to not do lock on, but just like large sweeping attacks, or that you charge it up and could just like spin.
Oh, I lance.
Yeah.
And I can have my no damage for that.
Right. So, dev stream 135, right? The dev stream started off showing the audience the original concept of how Railjack would work back in 2017. It was, you know, Steve's amazing work during one of his Sunday streams. I don't know what the point of this comment of Grenier want to blast our faces off. I mean, that's always the case. Warframe has been nominated for Labor of Love on Steam again. More fixes coming before the holiday, which was today. So they'll be shutting offices very soon for the holiday period. End of match resources will be significantly increased. I think they already have, as Cool3303 has. Yep, cool. We don't know what that is yet because we haven't tried it ourselves. Seeking from cruise ships will only target railjacks, not Arcwings. Again, that was, you know, so basically the missiles will no longer knock your invisible Itzel out of the air. Pissed me off.
They didn't address them seeing invisible targets, but they won't track you if you're moving.
No. I think the basically the missiles just can't hit you anymore, so you're fine.
No, they don't. They aren't homing anymore.
Well,
So if you run at them, you will still get hit. But you can
or if
dodge
you're
them.
standing in space and they can currently see it's still being invisible. So actually, Itzel would be the only one getting hit. Ironically.
I'm not entirely sure what you're saying, but I'm going to move on.
Well, and it's all has to be still to be invisible, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't work. They're still seeing you.
So they can see the it's all invisible, but
I've only ever been hit by the homing missiles while invisible.
Yes.
Yes,
But they weren't homing on you anymore.
No, but they will still point at you and shoot the missiles. But if you moved, but if you stayed
No,
still,
they won't. That's the whole point. They won't lock the missile on you anymore.
They will still shoot missiles at targets.
No, at the
including
railjack, not the Arcwing. That was the whole point.
Well, okay, maybe we are misunderstanding. Or you might be right.
We don't. We have to check that. Yeah, we'll have to see how it becomes a game.
Right.
I was just saying earlier. Anyway.
Modular railjack Arcwings still coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if it wasn't written down here, but one thing they did talk about, they're going to rework the Arcwings from the ground up. And they are talking about making all existing Arcwings modular, and all the ones that we currently have will, persist. So we won't lose any of the ones that we currently have. But you could make like a modular Arcwing out of like Odonata parts or Itzel parts. So they're still investigating.
Why?
Well, I think it's kind of important because currently Arcwing is just such a mess.
Well, it depends. I'd like
But
to
that
see.
doesn't fix the mess. It
Yeah,
just allows you to make overpowered combinations. And yeah.
exactly. You just unless they make it all viable, which they should, it's just going to mean that people will pick the best bits from all of it and nothing else will get a look in.
But the problem is, right now, no one's looking at Arcwing because it's just not a system anyone wants to engage with.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't. But that you don't fix it by just going. Yeah, you can mix and match, and people will just pick the one Arcwing again, which is the goal. Yeah, as you said, though, they are working it back from the ground up. But I will wait and see to what effect.
Yeah, but
that
I mean,
has.
making it modular is like the issue is, for example, if you have something like Inaros, how would you make them modular? Or if you have something like Garuda, they would basically say, okay, we can't have interesting Arcwing designs ever because everything has to compete. Every ability has to compete for their slot. I don't see it.
It depends.
I'm
It depends.
confused. Why are you referring to Warframes?
But, okay, the idea is Inaros has 3,000 health,
Right.
but his abilities are really crappy.
Right.
How would you make that modular? Does each of his part increase health?
He's saying, how do they split the modularity of it? Do certain parts of the Warframe? Let's go with Warframe as an example. So that let's say the chassis is the stats of the Warframe, the neuroptics are two of the abilities, and the systems are two of the other abilities. Or do you make it that each part has one ability and the stats are split also between them, so that if you wanted a bit of health, by taking an Irish chassis, you will definitely have more health, but it's not all of the health. So it's like, how do you split them basically?
Well, I mean,
then, like I said,
you don't have to split it in just 3 parts. Start. Why are we
Well,
limiting to 3?
Because that's what all modular technology so far has been.
Fine, but we don't have to limit our.
So you split by 4. That still doesn't. That's still.
But then you got 4 abilities. So first off, that helps. Right?
Well, it's just an example. It doesn't. That doesn't. Okay,
Next,
so there's
you
4
could
to
put
4. You've just done
flight
that as well,
speed on the engine. You could put. You could break it down in like various different ways if you want.
Right, you can split it into 10 parts, let's say, but that's still the issue of people will just take the Odonata engine because it is the fastest. They'll take the Electron's damage
that's
matrix
a balancing
because it is the
thing.
best.
That's the balancing thing. That's like the whole problem of the Catchmoon system because, Catchmoon was too OP, right?
Yeah, but
so they would just have to balance it.
Right, but then you combine it with the fact that Arcwing has never really been fully finished and that it is quite simplistic in what is viable in Arcwing. It doesn't have a lot of the nuance that other stuff can have.
I completely agree, but the problem right now is that people will not engage with Arcwing. They Arcwing.
That's fine, but I don't think...
No, that's not fine, because if people don't engage with
Arcwing... as a point. As a point.
Sorry.
I think you're making a fine point,
yeah.
But I don't think letting them just Lego up their most powerful possible combination of Arcwing is going to make them interested in it. They're going to have to, first of all, rework the abilities and make new ones also competitive in that system, and make the actual gameplay have more depth so to accommodate these abilities.
I don't know.
Going, you can build a Lego Arcwing from all this stuff. That's not going to make people engage with it any more than it does now.
Like, are you building the boards for the kits in Fortuna?
The K drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not touching those. I refuse to.
See? How did the modular system improve that? It didn't at all. And the same is going to happen with Arcwing, and they now can't make any.
No, but you can't fight anything with the K drives, right?
No, but it's a simple thing it is a modular system. If it wasn't modular, would it interest you? If a K drive wasn't modular and just had set K drives, would that make you play K drive more or less?
The problem with K drives is Arcwing.
No.
It is though, because K drives is a method of transportation.
You're completely right. But in an isolation of just the K drive system, right? Ignore the other bits for now. So the K drives, right? Just looking at K drives, and obviously nobody bothers with K drives. But obviously there is some level of interest you have put in K drives, irrelevant of everything else. Maybe you've got like one, you just slap one together, or maybe you bought one with platinum. If they took away the modular system for K drives, would that, just looking at K drives, improve or reduce your interest in K drives?
Okay. Are you giving me one variable or two here? Are you
You've got K drives.
Are we saying just K drives, or are we saying K drives without arc wings?
K drives as a isolated thing, not considering the entire rest of the game.
Right. Okay.
I'm just talking about K
it would
drives.
make no difference to me if it was
modular or fixed, and you could just have like there's 7 K drives to buy, and that's it.
Yeah,
right,
it would make no difference. If, however, there was no Arcwing in Orb Valis or the Plains, I would invest in K drives.
That also fixes our point. You're saying that you need more gameplay depth to make that more interesting, which is exactly what we're saying about the Arcwings.
Yeah.
Having the Arcwings, you agreed with our point now.
So what I'm saying is, right, so right now, I've got friends that actually play the Arcwing component of Railjack. I won't do it because my Itzel just gets shot out of the air within a heartbeat because the Amisha is the only thing that can survive out there. Yeah? So if they deconstruct the Arcwing, so if they rebuild Arcwings to make it more viable to do anything, right, that's good, right? I'm all on board for that. But you still have to get people interested in playing Arcwings, right? What kind of expansion has K drives had since release?
You've just answered our point again.
No, but K drives have had no expansion whatsoever.
That's fine. But you're basically saying you're not interested. You forgot people who are not interested in Arcwing, and you're saying that it needs the modular system. But we pointed out that the modular system by itself does not make people interested in Arcwing.
Yeah, and like I said, it has a downside. Now everything has to go.
No, your argument was that people are just going to go for the biggest best thing.
Yes,
right.
It's not going to make much of a difference.
The downside of it. The thing is, a modular system doesn't improve anything in itself.
No, but
it's only if you have interesting stuff.
But kit guns and Zors, like, we're top of the tier because people could do what you're saying that they will do, right?
They are top of the tier because they have good stats.
Yes, exactly. So you give good stats to modular Arcwing, right? And people will use it.
No,
if the set Arcwings are good, then they will build the set Arcwings that are good. And every Arcwing is unique and has its unique function and set that you can't get by mix and matching. So that's the idea. And the question is now, did the kit guns improve how many kit guns there are? And we know people are using Catch Moon with the same with the same damage add-on and with the same other thing. And I think it's exactly the same thing is going to happen for Arcwings. Like 30% or 50% players before the nerf.
But that's a good thing.
It's the best thing that you have, and you can just make a new Arcwing. If the new Arcwing is the best thing you have, then everyone is going to build that. Yes, but the other ones have stuff that doesn't get corrupted by there being the best thing out. Right? If you have the best module for one slot, suddenly you corrupt the whole rest of the system because everyone now wants their one module, and no one has to build the other Arcwings anymore. So you just take that one module, put it in every Arcwing you have. If you maybe have other abilities that, for some reason, still that you still want to have.
Why isn't that a desirable thing? Why do you not want people to build just one the Arcwing that they want to continue with?
Because it takes away from the character. Like I said, you can't have something. You can't have something like Inaros, which is which is different from all other Warframes.
But the problem right now is no one is doing Arcwing, right? No one wants to do Arcwing because it's such a flawed system. But
so your answer is, right, this is bad, so we have to do X. Our answer is, well, you could do X, but why not we investigate Y as well? But you're saying, no, we have to do X because nobody likes this thing.
No, you're saying don't do Y because...
No, X is modular. X is the modular.
Yeah, you're saying don't do the modular. You're saying don't do the modular because people are just going to go for the one Arcwing.
No, right? don't modular all the Arcwings. There should be modular Arcwings, which was something that was coming in. Like there's guns and modular guns. There's melee and melee Zors. This is going to change it completely till there is only modular Arcwings.
I don't see a problem with that. I really don't.
So wait, the neutral case is you have the question. Okay, we want to make a modular system.
Then we have the first question that we have to answer is it, what is it going to improve? What's the aim? The aim is obviously more choice, right?
No,
more
that's
diversity.
No, the
make
aim,
people more interested in Arcwing.
Yeah,
and
what's the
engage with
goal
it
of
more.
adding the modular system? And the goal has to be more choice, else you wouldn't make it modular. Or that people can pick and choose. That's
Yeah, I
choice.
guess. Yeah.
So, and the argument, the argument against that is, yes, but we can do what has been working, and that's just adding new stuff that's unique. And people can choose between the unique options that we give them. And if we're making it modular, then the problem we have, we right now have 3 Arcwings. Obviously, we're not losing them much. If you have 30 Warframes, then we're
4.
making it.
There'll be 4 Arcwings.
If you count the Prime.
No,
That's
we do have 4. We have the Amisha, the Electron, the Odonata, and the Itzel. You have 4.
Sorry, we have 4. I was wrong. Yeah. So the thing is, if you make them modular, obviously we're not using much. If everyone picks the best in one slot, we have 1 option. Let's say there are 3 options that are considered meta, that are considered good. We didn't increase or reduce the choice by much, and it's still something you can mix and match.
But isn't
Are there going to be 30 options? No, I don't think so. There are not going to be 30 options. And obviously, with 4 Arcwings, that's still workable. But with every new one they add, the question is going to be: is this going to be a new meta variant? Do we have an ability in this set that we're bringing out that is going to be a meta variant that's going to be relevant and at a new composition? So what you're doing is you increase the number of Arcwings by 1, but you're doing that by increasing a new meta ability. You're not increasing it by 1 because, well, this is a unique set and you don't get it anywhere else in this composition. So
I get where you're coming from, but you've also got to realize that apart from the Fortuna, crap, what are they called?
Kit guns?
No.
The bots?
No. Amps, right?
Amps.
Apart from the Fortuna amps and the Plague Star Zor pieces, right? None of the modular stuff has had any expansion whatsoever. It's a one and done system.
Wait, no.
It's true though.
No. Those are the expansions. You've said apart from these expansions,
right,
nothing's
where's
had
Kit
an
Guns
expansion.
expansions?
Well, they haven't had a second thing to obtain it yet.
Why not?
Yeah,
they had the Exploiter Orb. Why couldn't they get it from
They're not as
that?
old. They're not as old.
But
yeah, they
the
could.
Thing is,
right, but no. Like, but what you call it? The Zor stuff came out like a month after.
That's fine, but
Stuff.
the amps didn't get theirs to the next open world. It's set precedent, so maybe sometimes they can fit it into the event. They couldn't because I don't know why with the fishers they decided not to. Maybe we wait till the next open world till we get Kit Gun and mower expansion bits. Maybe we have to wait till we get the Corpus Liches. That maybe that will give us the expansion bits for the mowers. I don't want to take that as a precedent.
I would
That's not
genuinely be surprised if we get modular Arcwings and then we suddenly start getting more Arcwings.
Well, but
obviously to wrap the system. But the question is, are we increasing choice and decreasing it? I think there are going to be 3 of our meta variants, and DE is not going to balance them to a degree that would allow for more meta variants. And if they did, they would have to reduce the character of abilities. Like you couldn't have an Arcwing that comes out as a set. Obviously, they wouldn't bring out single parts. I don't think they would do that.
No.
They would bring out a set. And the set, okay, we're saying, okay, the other abilities are not that good, but it has a crazy ultimate, which does special thing. They can't do that anymore because now the crazy ultimate is the best ultimate around, and you have to build a new modular Arcwing that has that. And obviously the part for mastery.
Yeah, but but the mastery thing is always going to be a thing. Like, I want people to be more engaged.
You have one variant that's going to get used.
Right? I want more people engaged with Arcwing, right? I think people will be more engaged with a modular system than if you were to stick with just the static ones, right? And I think that people would be more engaged still if we got the old stuff becoming modular as well, right? However, once this stuff comes in, It's either a case of this sorts out Arcwing combat for Railjacks, or it doesn't and it fails again. Right? And it doesn't get another look.
Entirely separate.
That's two separate issues.
I really don't think it is. I think it's the same one issue. I think if they do not do modular Arcwing correctly, Arcwing will fall flat on its ass again.
But basically, you said they have to do modular of the old Arcwings and also the revamp of the old Arcwings, and then that might work. Why can't they just do the revamp of the old Arcwings and leave the old Arcwings to be non-modular?
Because I don't think it would be enough to get people to play Arcwing.
What, so people have to have the absolute zenith of Arcwing? They have to be able to put the best plug-and-plays? That's like saying...
But people do that now with how they do Railjack. I mean, you know, you doing the whole...
People, there's kit everything else, and yet it doesn't eat up the non-kit variants of it.
And another thing, like, my main argument is still you wouldn't get more variants that would say play. The thing is, every time you introduce the mastery thing, people are going to build all of the mastery things.
No, but,
are they going to play the missions after that? No. So they're going to level it to 30 and stop.
Right, Loz, you just said that people don't use the... Was it the Zenith? Sorry, you said something. I believe you said people don't use the Zenith of kit guns and Zors, not to that exact wording.
Basically, yeah, the fact that there is a best thing for the pistol slot and the melee slot in the kit gun and the Zor variant, right? That doesn't... I know it is... For instance, the Catch Moon is the most common, but it's not to the point that people refuse to use non-kit gun variants because the kit gun, that's it. I don't bother with them, so I know the stats are not the kit gun. Everyone uses just the kit guns.
No. It's not that everyone uses the kit guns. It was the fact that 50% of
MR27s
were using that one kit gun.
Because I can't modulate my Lex Prime, I refuse to engage with secondaries. That's your argument.
No, but secondaries are already a thing. Secondaries do not suffer the problem that Arcwing suffers.
Right, and your solution is I need to modulate my Lex Prime and thus I will engage more with secondaries. That's still the problem.
No, you don't have that problem with secondaries, though, right? How could you make Arcwing better that everyone would play it?
I think we'll agree to disagree on this because none of us know what is going to be. I think the key point is we're all arguing what we think will make Arcwing better, and we all have our own ideas on that, and we have our points against what we feel the other side is suggesting, and none of us know. And until we see what's implemented in the game, we'll have to see what does and does not work. And I don't think we're gonna because we're talking past each other. I think we kind of agree. We think you think that's going to make it better. We think it won't. We think this will make it better. You're not entirely sure. And I think we've all agreed that we've put our points across. I don't think there's much more to say on that. I think we're fair. I don't think we're going to convince each other, but we know we're kind of all passionate about wanting to improve Arcwing, but we just can't agree on what it is. So I don't think there's much more we can really say on it. I think it's fair.
Yeah, I think that's
because I think we're going in circles here.
That is also the problem of why Arcwing's not had a look in because no one can agree how to make it better.
But
right,
more content for one.
Yeah, and to be fair, like
more
I would say, the Arcwing abilities work fine in normal missions.
Should we leave the Arcwing stuff?
No. He actually means they're functional. I go on my Ordinata and I shoot the homing missiles. They don't home on anything. They don't work. They literally just shoot off and go in straight lines.
They aren't functional in normal missions.
No, in an Arcwing mission, as in when I'm in Arcwing, they work, as in they aim on targets. When I'm in Railjack, they don't aim at all. They're not functional in Railjack missions. They are normally functioning in Arcwing missions.
Yeah. How often are you doing Arcwing with other people? No, let's not talk about this. Let's move on. We're just going to keep on going backwards and forwards.
Now we've isolated how we're saying that there is a point, and now you've been ignoring the whole time.
Do you want to continue this Arcwing avenue?
No, because I feel you're going to fall back to the same point, which you don't have to define, which is you just keep saying that modular. I'm like, okay,
how often do you... Okay, no, we're doing this now. Right? How often do you do Arcwing nodes?
I haven't done one in a while.
Why?
Because there's no content to do on it.
Right, so there's no content to do on Arcwing. Right, okay. So why are you doing Arcwing on Railjack? Are you doing Arcwing on Railjack?
Yes.
Right. How's that going for you?
I love it.
Said with all the
That's the best
sincerity.
damage.
No, I really love it. It is actually what I play. I play it consistently. The only problem I've had with it is the fact that I basically have to use up my revive. It's like, right, I need to take out that cruise ship. Better use up a revive. Every time I fight a cruise ship, it's like, right, I've got to get to that cruise ship.
Have you
Use
tried
up
the
revive,
Amisha?
res. No, I haven't tried the Amisha on it though. But that's because I like playing Odonata. I like the style and feel of the Odonata and the kit that the Odonata is supposed to have. That is my favorite Arcwing, and I wish to play it. I wish it to be viable on the missions I am trying to play. It is not. Might be now because they fixed the missiles. Because that's what it was. It was only the missiles that would take me out.
I really want to try it. Anyway.
Right. And we're saying we want more content, not that. But yeah. Anyway.
Other points.
What you need to do is there's a term called steel manning someone's argument, and what you needed to do there was to say, I think what you're trying to say is this, and instead you were like, but they won't engage unless it's modular. But they won't engage unless it's modular. Like, yes, we've accepted that point. However, we're saying this, and you're like, but they won't engage unless it's modular. And I'm like, okay, can you try and accept our point of view, which is we need these other things? And you're like, but they won't engage if it's not modular. That's basically...
Yeah, and my point was still valid. They won't engage unless it's modular. Right. Moving on. Dev stream 135, the rest of this topic.
Oh, cool. Right, now this is an interesting topic because I completely missed the dev stream. I was working away. I normally put it on.
We're already halfway through this topic, Loz.
But they won't engage unless it's modular.
Right.
No,
okay. Squad size.
We are halfway through this.
Yes. Okay. Squad size. They're not looking to change to 6 or 8 squad sizes, but this could happen eventually. They are working on upcoming raids. They're bringing the raids back.
Bringing back and new ones, or
no. I think it is just pure new ones. I don't.
Okay.
Like they didn't really allude to anything else, but I think they're having to redesign how raids work within the Warframe engine because they are. You know, this is my understanding of the whole situation. They were too tailored and too easy to break. Or, you know, so they need a system that allows for, you know, easy 8 players or whatever. I think consoles are going to be the biggest weak point. So my feeling is that the squad link will have the biggest impact on how the raids would work. Yeah.
Oh, so they might not actually do 8-player raids. What they might do is they sort of forced squad link, interesting event-based unique thing.
Yeah, to be fair,
so basically like a GTA raid.
I'm gonna have to agree with you because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the idea is okay. Obviously, it isn't an 8-man raid. It's also a 4-man, but one person does something on the other end of the map, and you have several crews.
Yeah.
So that's actually interesting. But I want to call out EE on the tailored thing. They weren't tailored. Nobody was having issues with the host migrations after a while. The issue was just people could cheese it in 10 minutes because it were puzzles and you could glitch through most of the doors and walls and there were holes in the map.
No, they were tailored as in they didn't use any of the original system. As in, like, you know, they didn't have procedural maps.
The way it forced
puzzles.
8 players into a maps and enemies wasn't based off of the way you load into a normal mission, but was jury-rigged to be a very unique and specific way of coding it. And thus that meant when they changed other parts of the code to make something that worked fluidly over here, the very rigid and had to be one-way raid would need to be completely retooled every patch.
Yeah.
Not the gameplay, but the background code that made it functional.
Yeah.
Should have coded it better.
Well, that was the point. They took it out because it wasn't coded better.
Code better.
Yeah, but after refactoring it 10 times, they should have figured that out.
I wish it was that easy. You can't just refactor code and expect it to be better.
Yes, but the things that broke about it, they were always the objective triggers. And I don't see why they would break the objective triggers. I really don't see.
Because affecting one piece of code could affect the raids.
Yeah, but why aren't all other objectives breaking?
Because
They
it
patched something.
again wasn't tailored.
That doesn't make sense if you know it.
No, it does make sense, and I can easily draw diagrams to explain it.
No, but we have spy missions with doors that open when we hack panels and
Yeah,
right, but-
lasers
but
and something.
Name me
Why doesn't
another
that, like,
door.
up-
Name me another door that has the double pressure pad thing.
And another mission that has the whole multi-stage thing where it kind of says you've finished but not, and then drops you into a new mission that is still the old mission but not.
Yeah, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was always that the triggers would break. Like
I think that might be
the
one of the
pressure
reasons
pads
why
stuff.
the triggers broke, because it had all this unique stuff. It was
No,
all
no.
these different things together.
I really don't think so.
If you want,
I'm not sure.
I'll
They have their
ask
reasons,
DE
but I
just for
don't
you.
believe them. They said the original reason was, and the E is really bad about remembering the original where something existed. Let's all remember coptering. Oh, this is
Yeah.
intended. Oh no, it's a bug. Like in a spin off 2 years.
I don't
The
remember them ever
original
saying it
reason
was-
was 1% of the player base is playing it, and it isn't worth it. Now they want it back because they see, oh, Destiny has raids. Every other MMO has raids. We're doing open worlds. We're doing everything that other MMOs have, and we also really need raids, right, guys?
I think Destiny 2 or Destiny players in general would like to talk to you about their lack on complaints about having a fighter-based gameplay that they are desperate to have and have been moaning at Destiny for Bungie for years to give them. And so not every similar game has all of X, Y, Z similar things. People are desperate to even move their ships on the loading screens, and we have that, and they don't.
Yeah, but that's Warframe's selling point now, right?
Our selling point is we've built lots of castles. They're all smashed and they're piled on top of each other. Come play our game. It's got castles, sort of. Hey, It's
Right,
got everything.
right.
We've got
Moving
many
on.
castles.
They're talking about redesigning from the ground up the Corpus ships. I think they've shown screenshots on things like Twitter or maybe in previous dev streams. So that's something that they're doing for Corpus Railjack missions. They're also talking about tailored boarding parties. So you could get a boarding party that is just Mannix, which would be kind of interesting. They're also going to make the Omni tool making it bindable on key binding. So currently, right now, I don't think it works, but they're working on it.
No, you can. It always goes into the first empty slot, so you just have to empty one of the first 21 to use it.
It'll also overwrite your last slot on your first layer of the wheel, which it does for me all the time. So they're going to make it bindable, so no matter where it is on the wheel, it's always going to be the same key.
It's a better solution.
They're going to be... they're talking about making wreckage tradable/destroyable.
Wreckage? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The parts.
I don't know. Right, and then they teased the new Warframe with some animations, but no model, so it looked like it was playing hacky sack, and it was very weird. That was it for the dev stream.
Yeah.
I really don't like the wreckage strategy. Like, I feel like Arcwing, Railjack, the update as a whole was already over monetized. Like, you load in, the first thing you say, oh, I can customize my Railjack. All right, there's a skin for 220 platinum already out. There aren't different Railjacks, we didn't bother putting that in, but you have a skin for it. And that just pissed me off right from the get-go. And then the 50 plat to complete things, and now you can trade them too. I feel like it's a way to cater to the trading audience. And I don't like trading. And obviously, like, two types of players: the guys that trade for their platinum, or the people that buy every prime access, always have XP boosters, resource boosters. If we talk about resource requirements, and don't even experience that because they have 4K platinum every year to burn. So anyone with MK3 has definitely plat about it, and that's just it pisses me off as a whole.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what to say to follow up to that. I mean, what would your solution be?
If you have grind for everyone. not just the people that can. That
Right.
get the
No,
money.
I agree. I do agree with you, and it some of it is I do feel a bit monetized, and I didn't even consider the idea of having different types of railjacks. And it would have been nice if maybe there's the 2 purchasable ones they could put in a sort of quest line, so you could build a different cosmetic railjack that was in game. So there's 2 purchasables, one that was like a privileged thing for you know, to keep doing missions, and you could work towards maybe as you smashed bits, you get random bits, recipes that you can build one. That would be kind of cool. However, I can easily counter with a point with, sadly, at the end of the day, this is a free-to-play game. This is a massive update. This is pretty much the work and effort of DE this entire year, really, I would imagine, or at least 6 months of their effort. And it needs to have some method of monetization to entice players to pay, because otherwise, I mean, I'm a bit silly. I really am. I know Xeno puts in a lot in as well, and I buy every Prime Access, and I have that platinum to burn, and but I don't trade. I spend it on stupid things like cosmetics, obviously, because I want to support DE, and I've always tried to do that because I just love this game so much to the bottom of my heart. I love this game, but no, I just feel that it is so inspirational, and they've done nothing but impress me year on year, so they can still have my support, and I want to keep giving that. But I can understand that there's some players out there that are just going to play it free to play, and that's fine, and they're brilliant, and they are just as important in the economy. And I could give you a story about why, but I've said that in the past. I don't need to. They are also important, but the fact is that whether they're trying to be nice, trying to be money grubbing in some way, if you want to say that, they have to make some money at the end of the day. And so new content has to have new methods of monetization, or they'll have to make you pay to access the Railjack update. And I much prefer this system than say, hey, it's the Railjack expansion. We're still working on it because this is kind of how our studio is built and funded and how we get content out. So pay $20 for this incomplete system. We're going to start working on it. It's just no.
Yes, but like if you look at the quality, it's just we're giving games nowadays a lot of shit, like EA, because they put on their season pass and everything else.
Yeah.
And then we have this free-to-play game, which also has a season pass that's called Prime Access. And
no, that's not a season pass. No, Destiny 2, that has a season pass. Content is locked behind the season pass.
Okay, fair enough. Like,
yeah,
obviously Blizzard is still, Activision is still the devil, and you can't surpass the devil. But what I'm saying is, Warframe clearly has, and they talked about that for one point, that like 50% of the income is just the people buying Prime Access. So
yeah,
they clearly have a lot of subscription money coming in.
Well, they do, but it could be a lot of people like me. I buy it because I want to support the game.
Yes, but we give companies a lot of shit for putting out minimum viable products, and just we put it in later. We got
right, but
one missing school. Wait, let me finish. We got one missing school that's not in there. All the parts.
What's missing? Sorry, one missing school.
The command.
Command tree. Yeah, the command intrinsic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We have stuff locked out right from the get-go. Like I said, the skin. Why isn't that? What I don't know. Why isn't it a Vida ship? And it's just in parts that we get it.
Yeah. As I said, I think
we have 3 tiers that are all only recolored. They don't even get. No, wait. The base parts aren't even recolored. The variants have some minor changes. I'm not sure about all of them because obviously we don't have all of them. But I think the guns stay exactly the same, and the main ship parts look a bit different. And it's just why? Yeah, I get that the system of Railjack itself is 1 year, but I don't feel the model work is that great, and I don't feel everything else about this is that great to ask so much money and just make everything monetizable.
You make a great example of that, and I would give you a game which was exactly the same, with exactly the same complaints about the models and gear, and that was Anthem. And I really liked Anthem, but all of the guns were basically a long box with a grip. And you got all these special variants, and it was a slightly patterned, recolored, same long box with a grip. It really was. The guns in Anthem are the most laziest and uninspired of anything. It's like you've got a pistol. Yeah. It's a tissue box on a grip. It is that. But so, I had to pay 40 quid to get access to Anthem, and it's gotten very little update over the year. Now, I pay for Warframe because I want to support them, but then for me paying it, there's probably another 10 players out there who don't pay into Prime Access, and they get to enjoy that content because I'm paying for it. That is primarily why I pay for Prime Access, so I know other players can enjoy Warframe for free.
So, talking about the content that you don't like being surpassable in grind, right? The stuff that should be there but isn't there. what would you do to address that? Would you delay its release until the content was there? And just not have a Christmas update? Would you? What would you do?
Well, I wouldn't have introduced the 3 tiers. I would have just said, okay, this is it, and obviously still have the on the highest level mission you could still have the variant stuff. But I would have focused on making the normal combat more streamlined and not you being constantly in a destroyed state and flying around and just fixing it, because that's the only thing you can do before you get MK3 parts. And and I wouldn't have at the very least not made the things rushable. Like, okay, maybe if it were a separate thing, if you could still get MK3, if you had the system that we have for the rest of Warframe, that you get the receiver, the barrel, and the whatever the third part is, but like 3 parts you pick up from missions, and people would have still a reason to play the normal missions. You have one gun that you get from it, and you could work towards that gun. And I feel that would have been a much better system than what we have now, which is after 1 week you just build the MK3 variant and you're done. And maybe you grind for the special MK3 ones. It's just
so right, but how does that address the issue of only one railjack and the trading and stuff like that? Or have I missed the point?
I like I said, I would have done it in a way that you get the parts for the normal weapons, and the stat bonuses, the stat variances, those are just the thing on top you can get. Like if you do the very last mission, then you can get them. Otherwise, you grind for the normal weapon parts and build the normal weapons from it. And that way, everyone would have had the same baseline experience and not the okay, I'm gonna just buy the best thing right now. I don't have to play the entire rest of Rage. Which is always the thing you can complain about, right? But right now it's really that way. You get someone to taxi you to the MK3. You get an MK3 part. You pay 50 platinum. You have it. And soon you just go to trade chat. I want to buy MK3 parts. Pay 100 platinum, 50 plat to Russia to build it. You have it.
Okay, so if they can't do that, so say the taxiing is just not an option. Say trading is not an option. How would you envision DE would make their revenue to keep the lights on?
No, what I'm saying is they got the whole system backwards. Like that you have variable MK1, MK2, MK3. Just make the guns and have us get the gun parts. Like start off with the base variant, and we are making sure the base variant is balanced and healthy in terms of damage. And let us get the base parts. And like you get the cryophon receiver, you get the cryophon barrel, you get the Vidar variant of that one.
Right. So whatever. Those parts would be tradable.
It wouldn't matter. Like I'm thinking of the base guns and have the stat bonuses like Rivens.
The point is that my understanding is DE needs it so that this stuff is tradable, that there are cosmetics and stuff. Otherwise, people are not putting money into the game, right? You know, unless they are a Loz who is just going, no, I love the game so much, I just want to support it.
Well, I do, but they, as you're pointing out, they need to give me reasons in the new content to spend that platinum on something to entice me to get platinum.
Otherwise, you're just sitting on a mountain of platinum.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do that, but a lot of people won't.
Yeah. So, you know, there are some people that can't buy the cosmetics because they don't have the money, and they will get the stuff that they can farm in-game and sell it through trading. But I don't see there being a problem in allowing people to do this sort of thing if they want to. I mean, hell, one of the biggest problems that they ever faced was the fact that, what's the name of the damn thing? Boltor Prime, which was an MR2 weapon, was, you know, you could just trade it or whatever for absolutely nothing, and then beginning players could have the best gun in the entire game for
Yeah,
the
but
longest
that's
time.
what I'm saying. Basically, you don't have to get the base parts first. You don't have to check on the ribbon, the extra threads.
Right?
You just get the wreckage and you have it. And it's obviously not balanced around.
Oh, I
that.
see. I think Xeno is saying that because the way that the wreckage is all or nothing. It's like Serration back in the day. You know, you'd be playing missions, you get anything, and eventually you got Serration. It's such a boost. So in this, you just keep playing missions until you get the wreckage drop. That's it. You've got it, and then after that, you've got you're home free. It's just a matter of time until you're using tier 3 bit. Whereas he's saying to split that bit into lots of little bits, you have to. It takes a lot more to get that bit.
No, like I'm saying, you just have to get the base gun first, and then maybe I would say, okay, yeah, you can have stat bonuses on that gun that you worked towards.
Yeah.
So you want to tier the weapons?
Not I wouldn't have tiers. I would have to get the base parts. Like if you get the
what is a base part?
Like a Mark 1 Bratton, like the Boltor. So you build a Boltor, but the Boltor itself is not at its maximum potential. In the current Railjack system, you build a tier 3 gun. The tier 3 gun has a lot more damage than the tier 1 gun, intrinsic to just being the tier 3 gun. You don't have to stick mods in the tier 3 gun. I think he means make them like every other weapon in Arcwing, and you build even a tier, a gun, a pulsar, I'm going to make up gun names now, Star Lance, a artillery cannon, and then which you get through bits to make the base gun, and then there's things you can basically mod. Basically, swap to the modding systems, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, like a ribbon, but
like ribbons.
So you get the weapon like you would any prime weapon. So you do the single missions, which earn you the parts. When you have the parts, you can build the gun, and the gun is cheaper because you just have to get the parts. And then you can have your extra ribbon that you maybe costs exorbitant amount of resources to put in. And you have a reason to play the game because the parts now drop for missions. So you're working towards something. And you're not just running the highest level mission because that's where I get the extra stats. And the extra stats is also the weapon. So you get the whole thing in one package. You get the whole weapon and everything. And you just slot it in by 50 platinum and you're done.
So
it's very all or nothing.
That's the insane part.
No.
You have to get resources.
Sorry, you don't have to get the resources.
Yeah, the resource cost for a tier 3 thing is like 16,000 titanium.
Yeah.
And if you buy the Reaper drone, it's 50 platinum. That's disgusting. It just shouldn't be that way. You should have to build a Cryophon first. You should have to build a Toxic Cannon first.
So you can't rush it.
You should have to have the base variant first. Like you would have to have a Redeemer Prime to use the Ribbon for a Redeemer Prime.
Okay, so if I have the base one, can I still rush it?
Then you can get the Ribbon and slot it in. Like the extra
but let's say I'm building a base pulsar, and I get the pulsar barrels, I get the pulsar targeting matrix, I get the pulsar a turret wheel.
Sorry,
I combine them. Can I then rush the build?
I'm dumbing this down even further, right?
Yeah.
You have the Zekti 3 pulsar, right? It requires 16,000 titanium, 20,000 Copernicks, I don't know, 10,000 Rubido, right?
Yeah.
That is the gun, right?
Yeah.
Can I rush it? In your system, would you allow me to rush it?
With platinum,
I would have to. I would have you get the Secti. So you would have to grind for the Secti first.
But
you wouldn't be able to skip the resources for the Secti for the base variant.
So I'd have to get the Zekti 1 pulsar, the Zekti 2 pulsar, and the Zekti, and then I can make the Zekti 3 pulsar.
That's why I'm saying I wouldn't have tiers. But of course, you can still have it so that you have the tiers because I can't remove them now. But you would have to get the parts and build them together, and then you have a Secti. And you can get to put your stat boost on the Secti.
Right.
And that you could rush the part of putting the stat boost on, but not the rest of it.
So I could rush build. Sorry. So I couldn't rush
building
building it.
times.
Yeah, the times, but not the resources.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Fine. So I could not rush. So what? Can the drones just skip the resources?
From what I know, yes.
Can we get confirmation on that?
I'll give it a go.
Because I didn't think they could.
I'll give it a go now. Because I got stuff I want to build, so I'll give it a go. But anyway, should we move on to the next point? Because
Well, that was it.
that last one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've pretty much finished the topic.
Did they talk at all about the soloing system? Because I remember last dev stream they were saying how that it wasn't.
Yeah, they said it was going to come in 2020.
Oh, is that coming 2020? Okay, and they haven't
I
mentioned
think that's
at all.
the whole command thing. I think that's the command tier.
Ah, right. And is that going to include things like the NPCs? Yeah.
They just couldn't get it in before it went live.
Okay, so that's what they chopped out. Would you like to do the thing? No. Let's get into the game and rush stuff.
Loz is giving it a go.
Giving it a go. Right, do we want to come up with a question for this last topic? A card, sorry.
We've got only one card space left because I already did the whole. Yeah. I did one which was, do you think the original Archwing should be modular? I don't know. Bull, can you think of a question to ask?
There's a lot of stuff, but I don't think we would have a lot of disagreement if I were to be asking, is the tier system good?
Well,
Because,
no, I mean, I
yeah.
think, like, ask, should we ask, would you like a tier system for Railjack? You have to have the earlier versions. To be honest, a part of me actually does want it, because one thing that I really fucked up was I started building a Sigma, no, not a Sigma, a Zecti 2 reactor before building a Zecti 1 reactor. And as a result, like, it took me forever to finish it. And you can't cancel building, right? That's one thing they also said that they would do for upcoming future. You could cancel something that you were trying to repair.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
But you get the resources refunded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, would you like Railjacks tiered? Would you like that to be the question?
Yeah.
Say no.
Make an option for answering for future expansions only.
Okay.
Because I feel that makes sense. For
yes.
future expansions, I would also say that it makes sense.
Future updates. Yeah.
And yeah, another thing that really ticked me off about the monetizing thing, you have to pay 10 Plat as soon as you get the first wreckage build. Because you have a limited amount of weapon slots. If you get all the base weapons, which I think you need for upgrading, then you can't build the first wreckage already counts above. So you have to demolish the base variant that you built just to get a wreckage upgraded one.
I've not had to pay anything.
I maxed on slots purely by buying all base variants. Like, that's the maximum amount of slots. If you didn't buy all base variants...
Oh, right. Yes, no, I didn't do that.
That was... I think that's also really silly.
But how many weapon slots is that?
In total, we don't have a tab for it yet. So that's the issue.
Well, I mean...
we have 3, and I think...
Yeah, you just use a drone, and it just fixes it.
Okay, that.
I thought I saw that as like, I thought that was something else. Yeah, no, you just.
I don't.
That I'm not insane.
Okay, I don't mind rushing it. If you're gonna skip it entirely, it should cost more. Like, what was it?
I've got this thing. I want to. Oh, I don't think I can't use it on. I can use it on guns. I can't use it on. Oh no! Right, once you start. Oh, this is another thing. So once you start building something, if you put even like one bit of resource in, you can no longer use the rush repair drone. So yeah, I assume you'll be able to take out your resources. But if you've not touched it, there's an option. Just rush repair drone. You click it.
How much is it to rush?
50 Plat.
That's kind of cheap.
That's really disgusting.
I wouldn't say it's disgusting. Actually, no. To be fair, considering the RNG on the stuff, I wouldn't say it's disgusting at all. Because, like, you might rush something and like, oh, no, that's garbage. Whoops, I'll go make another one.
Yeah, but you need... If they put trading in, that's gone. and you pay 200 plat. No,
I think you're
250
paying on the
plat.
wreckage. You're not paying on the repaired one.
Yeah, but you're paying 250 plat to get a tier 3 maxed out Rayjack once you have the wreckage. And you can just ride on someone else's Rayjack until you have that. And I think 250 platinum, and you don't have to farm resources, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to play the game. You just have to sit in another person's Rayjack in the third mission, pilot, maybe repair the fisher, pay 250 platinum, and you're done.
I don't think it's too bad. You know, if you want to
Actually,
just experience
it's
the
disgusting.
content, if you just want to experience the content, I don't think it's the world. Right. Should we move on to the memes?
Sure thing.
Right. Ready?
God, opening these. I have issues with my default browser because I'm running.
What is your default browser?
Well, the issue is I have a sandbox to protect myself from the viruses.
You have a what?
It's like a virtual machine just for my browser.
What
So I
browser
have
are
to
you
open
using?
that separately. I'm using Firefox, but it runs in a virtual machine. Or it doesn't run on the same drive, so I can't open it with the default links. I have to copy them, and now I have it.
Fair enough. Right. Ready?
I love the first one.
Right. First one. First one.
Am I supposed to read it?
Yeah.
No, Loz.
Oh, okay. Farming Cougar weapons.
No.
Farming Cougar weapons again. Meme frame review for you. There we go. Farming Cougar weapons again. Farming murmurs be like, "Come on, baby. What's the name?"
I'm looking at the wrong one.
There should be top one. Have I got them wrong in the link? Hang on, let me check. No, yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my fault.
Just SpongeBob. Farming murmurs be like, yeah.
I missed it. Yeah.
Right. Next meme number 2. Just flexing my new visa. Expecting huge profits.
Oh my god, that is genius.
Yeah, I love it. I thought that was the first one. I love it.
That is just genius.
You know who I have on my Railjack?
Next.
Who? What?
Profit.
Okay. Right. Moving on to number
3.
3. It's not like I want you to convert me.
I shouldn't be laughing about this. That's so dumb.
I'm not sure if Xeno is trying to figure it out, or is laughing, or is muted his mic.
It's just the fact that it's Baka.
Baka! Yeah.
Xeno is a baka confirmed. Didn't
No.
figure it out.
I'm just don't understand the appeal.
Yes, that's the point.
Yay! It's stupid. Okay.
But it's Baka. It's like
Weeb. Moving on.
there's the weeb.
Hey, I don't actually give a shit. Moving on.
Number 4. Screams in Omni. First time playing Railjack. 100th time playing Railjack. First reply.
Actually, the "this is fine" meme is more accurate.
No, but this is fine being as one person, whereas this is a team. I know it's got 5 people or 6 people.
Yeah,
actually,
but you have the one person in the ship, and everything's melting down. You have 100 flames or electric fissures. You just have that one red one, and you spray the one. You fix the one red one, and everything is fine.
The first reply to this I like is needs more fire in the last picture.
Right, number 5.
Moving on to meme number 5, we have the many faces of Steve.
The hell?
So this is the many Steves that there are, and the many things that he does. So we have an authoritarian economic left Steve playing his thing, the authoritarian economic right Steve being Ballas, and then we have the libertarian Steves. We have Steve cosplaying as something from The Walking Dead. It's the guy with the bat. I can't remember his name. And then you've got him.
A maid dress.
Yes, that's when he was in Japan. Then you've got the libertarian rights teams of 5 ways to make more money investing in real estate. I know it's not Steve, but it looks like Steve. And then you've also got the fake from some point of one of those on same stage. Hurry, limited time only. Order now and receive a Steve Noggle with any purchase.
Right.
Steve Sinclair's bathwater.
He is all things.
Yeah.
Right, and then the final meme of the week is
I'm missing
extra
Steve in pink shorts.
that's true. That'd be the very center.
Yeah.
Center.
Extra steps.
Extra steps. Tenno to Lich. Hey, want to team up? Lich. No, you've killed me like 6 times. Tenno tries one more time and succeeds. Lich. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I still don't get that.
Have you not seen season 4 of Rick and Morty?
Yeah, but I don't get why they put it in the game, Warframe.
Oh, the convert thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
convert option.
That's because fucking Shadows of War had it, and it's a stupid system, and made dick all sense. And like, oh yeah, you're able to convert the orcs. You mean the ones that you're killing? Yeah. Why? Oh, fucking game is shit. There you go. Not at 10 o'clock until Xeno's ranted about Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor. Right.
Read a fair bit of that. Oh, it's a Destiny.
Shit game. Right. Moving on to the community shoutouts then.
Sure thing, boss. Hang on, let me just copy and paste the memes in, even though they'll be invisible again, I'm sure.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
No, they were right this time. What? Why? I don't know.
I don't know. Right, ready?
Copy this. I have to give it to our illustrious guest.
Yes, I just wanted to say that by my plant again.
Now, our illustrious guest is prepared and ready, Xeno. You may begin.
No, he has to be more prepared because he's got a VM that runs.
Oh,
his
that's
web
true.
browser.
He's got it. Yeah, he's got a good point. Just give him some extra time.
Are we ready?
Actually, do I have? No, it doesn't work.
Working it?
Oh, actually, it does work. Halfway. I think I'm ready. Yeah.
Cool. Right. So the first one, New War by Cosmo. I saw this. I was like, damn, this is good. I kind of hope we get some DAX for our railgun.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
not
cool.
my kind of art style, but we did get
What?
decks.
No, he means like that you can have some DAX
Yeah, like crew.
soldiers that run your ship for you. But I'm not sure
Ah.
if there are any more DAX, or we don't really know exactly what a DAX is. Because how old is Tashin?
How old are we?
We had some spoilers.
No spoilers. Moving on.
Okay, is there spoilers for that? Is there? Right, okay, fine, fair
Right.
enough.
I'm sure
Right,
it's
moving on. Number 2,
Forgotten Joke by Dumb Name. So they said in the original tweet body that they were doing this, and then when they came to complete it, they forgot what the joke was. So, but I just like the art style. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. Yeah, so I included it.
Yeah?
I'm not sure if the Grendel eating a burger I saw was a reference to this or something else.
Yeah, I think that might be a reference to that and expanded on it, yeah.
Who knows? I actually really
don't.
like the style on Ember's head.
Yeah, I know the head. I was just
Hamburger.
staring at the head.
Oh
Yeah.
god. The comments. Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Oh! Hamburger!
Right, that was probably it.
Hamburger!
Right. Moving on. Number 3 is... Ooh, I need to go back down. Is Empyrean by Yazzie. And I saw this and I actually liked
My favourite bit is that the fire extinguisher is just a basic fire extinguisher with a lotus symbol on it. It's like, yeah, that's totally what that is.
it. Yeah, and that's what it should be.
Bloody multi-tool.
Teflon Sai is looking funny.
Yep.
He's probably complaining how he is unsuitable, as always.
No, he's not always complaining about that.
He was.
He did
so
it.
long.
Like, honestly, I'm actually really happy how he's really turned around when how he's just like, what you call? Was it like Grenier knocking on the door?
Did you forget that he killed his own crew?
Yeah, he did. He completely forgot. You got back in the seat of power, and you just got absolutely. Have you got muted or something?
Should be happy.
No. So I swear you were arguing with someone that he didn't kill his crew recently, like when we were playing last week. Weren't you arguing the point that he didn't kill the crew?
No, I don't think he killed the crew. I think he was like an accomplice in the crew sacrificing themselves. Right? He blames himself for
something like that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on. I'm not like I mute him, but now I just don't even care about him. I thought it'd be an interesting character to see. I remember when we saw him not having a backstory, I was like, oh yes, we just have a functional cephalon that's just a to the point thing that can be funny. And then they loaded it with a stupid backstory that I'm like, I didn't want this. Just dump this stupid backstory. Don't give it story. I just want a robot that's like. But you know that they're gonna put a bloody quest in it.
No, they're not. Where's Orders' quest?
He got a whole scan in the bloody widgets, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was also going to get a quest. That's never happened.
It's gonna happen.
Remind them.
And it's gonna be horrible.
Shh.
Right, moving on. Number 4.
Don't give the ideas.
Ivara Prime by Picotan0920.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Let's save that one.
Well, save this one.
Why is she? I want my frog Ivara back.
I actually like the jellyfish design of Ivara Prime, bar the tendrils. The tendrils just really set me off.
It's always the same thing. It's like, this is a really good design.
Except for
not
this.
have the floppies. Yeah, it's like, it's always danglies. It's always dangly physicky things. It's like, this is a really good design. What? And I just wish they would just go through them and make them all on a toggle. Like, I love the Ash Prime design. Apart from the danglies, I love the Trinity danglies, design. Apart from the clipping danglies all over the shop.
I really love Hydroid's design, except for the jowls janglies. Danglies?
Yeah.
Danglies.
They made that optional for Necros, but not for anyone else.
Yep.
Aren't they just auxiliaries for?
They're auxiliaries, but they should just basically be auxiliaries for everyone. They should just make them.
Right. Moving on.
Should it be a separate slot because then?
Oh yeah, I'd love there to be a separate slot so we could have auxiliaries and those. But yeah,
moving on.
Auxiliaries and danglies.
Number 5, Vault Prime by Haru, which I thought was holy bejesus. This is awesome.
Vault Lords have a special place in my heart as my starter frame, and now I get to draw him. It's pretty good. He got back. Boys got back.
I know, but I just love the detail that they put on the metals and bits like that. You know, the lightning's
the arms. Actually, I get you. Yeah,
the shines, the shading.
The thing to me is, I just feel that the background is too bright.
The contrast.
It should have been. It should have been like at night. Then it would have been badass. Like
maybe
it's just kind of like it. Just like it's just. Especially with the electricity, I just looks like he's going for a run or something. I just think he's just.
To be fair, I still love it.
Okay.
Much love. Right. And then the last one, number 6, is Zato by Ryuji Yuizaka.
I haven't actually looked at this thing in game yet. Hang on, let me look at this thing in game. I haven't actually.
You're looking in game.
I've got it up here.
Look at art.
No, but I need to.
Look at art.
I'm comparing. Art is good, right? But what's it? Right, and then that. So. That's some sweet art. The art is pretty badass.
Yes, it is.
So...
It doesn't look like a blindfold. Neither in game nor on the art.
I don't think it's meant to be a blindfold, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I
thought it
get
was
that
just
feeling.
like weird horn face thing. I mean,
no, because it kind of is like. Well, it's sort of like blindfold visor, because on the inside you can see it's like glowing blue. It's got like a patterny, electronic-y...
A floaty visor?
Yeah.
There you go. Right. So that's it for
I'm not sure which... Not to be critical, overly critical, but I think it's the wrong way around.
What do you mean?
So the arm's the wrong way. Oh no, that's where his arm is! It's fine, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Right.
Let's see where his arm went.
Right. So that's it for this week's community shoutouts. Now going to conclude this episode with the quote. Are you guys ready?
Have mercy.
No. Are you ready, Loz?
Yeah.
Cool. There's a monster inside your body. The corpus hijacked your ship. They sold your cryopod to this human, and he put a sentient inside of you. It's a really nasty one, and in a few hours, it's going to convert your limbs, and you're going to lose your identity. Any questions? Who are you? I'm the monster's sister.
Oh, I feel like I know it, but
Why did I close this? That one.
I'm drawing a blank.
Alien 3.
Oh, so close!
4?
4.
4. It was 3 or 4. I've still not seen anything but the first one.
Wait, what was the plot in Alien 4?
It's the one when there are... No, wait. Is that the one when they're on the ship with the weird science guy who's cloning Ridley? It has Ridley
Ripley.
clones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Ridley. Who's
I
Ridley?
never saw that one.
Ridley
To my-
Scott is the director of the first one and the horrific Alien Covenant and Prometheus. Ripley, however, is the character who is acted by Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, when?
Yeah. But yeah, no, the fourth one is, as Loz has said, the one where they clone Ripley.
I saw bits of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I heard the quote.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's not a good Alien film. You shouldn't watch it. It goes downhill after 3.
I love how all of our franchises, eventually, they just always go downhill because they just don't know what to do with them.
The good ones die.
No, but they're made for the wrong
Alien.
reason.
Yeah, no, they're made by the wrong reason, and then they get like auteurs to make them instead of going, let's get a fan and an auteur to balance out decency with decent filmmaking combined with a fan who will make it acceptable with the law and whatever.
Yeah.
Instead, they either go, give it to the fan and you just get a fan ridiculousness, or you give it to the auteur and they make their cinematic masterpiece in their own vision and you get crap.
Yeah.
So either way, you get crap. So instead of making something with respect to the original material and carefully and safely building upon it, they end up doing stupid things and adding their own ridiculous, oh no, but I think aliens should do this now, or I think the spaceship should be able to go through here, or I think this looks better. It's like, well, this character's going to do this because I want them to. This guy's an idiot now who lives on an island for no apparent reason after trying to kill his son because he was having a nap, even though he's never supposed to do that.
Anyway, on that lovely note from Loz, we're gonna end the episode.
I won't sit here and spoil the next Star Wars
long
film.
enough.
Whoops.
Tempted. Shall I kill the Star? I should spoil the Star Wars film for anyone who's made it this far, shouldn't I?
No.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Out of interest, have you actually read up what the plot is?
I know what the plot is.
You'll have to tell me afterwards.